Washington. Pass for Williams. He got it. To the end zone. Leaping catch. Couch. Touchdown.
Nebraska. Josh Hammond and Luke McCarg along with you as we get set for Nebraska Siege football taking on the Iowa Woo. These are two teams that have had different stories along the season. You look at the Iowa Woo, they're 1-4, and a perfect record here for Nebraska Siege. So Luke McCarg joins me here. Luke, what are your keys coming into this game tonight for both teams?
Yeah, the big question for me on the defensive side of the ball for the Siege is, can they contain Vernon Sharp's legs? He is the key to their offense, and he is their entire run game. And then on the other side of things, can Iowa score enough points to hang with this Siege team? This is the number one defense in the Arena League. How is Iowa going to hold up against that? And on the other side of things, can the Siege keep up their offensive pace, and can they establish a rhythm right away in this one? That'll be the key to the game for me.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down. This is a very physical team. I talked to Coach Bermonte this week. He said this is the most physical team in the league. I'm talking about Iowa Woo. They don't do a whole lot of scoring, but they hit hard and they tackle hard. And so this is going to be the most physical challenge Nebraska Siege has seen all year. If they can stay out of it, if they can stay out of getting hurt, they got a good chance on this one. So that's going to be my take there. So just don't get hurt, play your game, and stick to your defense, and I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, two very similar teams, built very strongly up front. And then on the backside, that's going to be the question, can they keep up with the speed of the other teams?
Going to look at our key players here. These guys both had really good weeks last week. First, we will start with the Iowa Woo. And for Iowa, Vernon Sharp. You talked about the quarterback. He was 22 of 47 last week, and 218 yards, 1 interception, 5 passing touchdowns. He's going to have a week like that this week.
Yeah, he is the key to their offense. He can create with his legs, and the Siege have struggled with that at times. They apply so much pressure, but when you have a mobile quarterback like that, how are they going to handle it?
He's guy, and as you said, they don't really have a running back, so he's the guy on the legs, and if the Siege can contain him on the ground, it should be good to go. For the, of course, Nebraska Siege, Songa Yates. I mean, look at what Songa can do. We know he can receive. He can be a quarterback if you need him to. He's got 5 receptions, 102 yards, and 4 touchdowns for him last week.
Yeah, on the season, he's been their go-to guy all year long. 20 receptions, 10 touchdowns. Part of that three-headed receiving monster with Kevin Davis and Vince Brown. Those are the 3 guys that Caleb Lowe is going to be looking to all game, and they are dynamic, Josh.
Going to be a fun game tonight. Iowa Woo and Nebraska Siege. Anytime Nebraska and Iowa face off in any sport, especially football, it's going to be a good rivalry.
Yeah, 2 states that do not particularly like each other very much. Nebraska fans definitely keen on getting some revenge on Iowa after losing 3 years in a row in the college football scene, so that'll be interesting to watch.
We'll take a break, come back, and have throw-off for you. This is the Arena League football from Grand Island, Nebraska, right here on the Arena League YouTube channel. Welcome back to Big Iron Event Center here in Grand Island, Nebraska, getting ready for some football. Josh Hammond, Luke McCarg with you. Siege, of course, in their red jerseys, and the visiting Woo in their white jerseys. It's going to be Vince Brown back to receive here on the throw-off. And throwing back there for The Woo, their numbers are going to be hard to read tonight. I can tell you that right now.
It's Vince Brown. The Siege will be throwing off to start the game. So Colbert's back to receive, Brown to throw.
Usually Yates has been throwing back. That's what's confused me. Tonight's officials, you have Aaron Taylor, Brad Consbrook, you have Dustin Scott, Aaron Christensen, Zeus Blair, and Greg Tetley. So we appreciate the officials all season long. It's not an easy job to be an official. In this league, there's a lot of technicalities and a lot of little things. These guys make sure they get it right. They have no problem going to the replay judge on the floor, who also does a really nice job. There's not a whole lot of room to move around in here, so if there's a play and it's close, they're going to go to replay. I do want to shout out to the Corner Boys down there by the Copycat Printing and Signs banner. Corner Boys traveling on the road. They got a YouTube channel, or they got an
Instagram page.
Instagram page. All right, local guys traveling with the team.
Yeah, went all the way out there to St. Joe's last week and making it their mission to make it hard on the opposing team.
So Vince Brown going to throw off, and it looks like going to be Trayvon Colbert back to receive. Interesting that Brown's thrown off. This one bounces at about the 7. That's where he'll pick it up. At the 2, runs it out to the 5, out to the 7, 10, cuts back traffic. He's got all kinds of room. Brown's going to have to stop him at the 10, and he gets through again. He's going to be to the 1, pushed into the end zone, and that is going to be a touchdown. Wow. That just fell apart from the beginning for the Nebraska Siege. And
you already see the playmaking ability of Trayvon Colbert in this one. He was their leading receiver last week, had 8 receptions, 99 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They're going to be looking for him all day on offense, and there you already see it on the throw-off, although there is a flag down, Josh.
We'll see what happens. This could be a holding call. This might hurt Iowa right away. Oh, block on the back against Iowa. Well, never mind. There goes that.
Yeah, I think they got him on the far side of the field there. Joseph Hansen was bending around the edge, I believe it was, and just got a piece of him in the back while he was going to make the tackle.
So no Jason Serta tonight for the Siege, so we'll see who picks up the slack there.
Joseph Hansen going to be seeing a lot more time on the defensive side of things, primarily a running back for the Siege, but will be playing a lot on both sides today.
Sharp, he said, is the guy that does the running. There is no running back for them, so if they can contain him, you're usually pretty good for the Siege. They'll start at about the 3-yard line. Woo. Different things in, got a man in motion, looks to throw. It's a quick pass. Gives that one to Colbert, out to the 10, to the 11, and spun out of bounds there, and that's when he's going to go out. So nice little gain there for the Iowa Woo.
Yeah, found Daniel Walker on that one. It'll be interesting to see who they go to. No Joshua Neal for the Iowa Woo this week. It's usually going to be Colbert and Owusu, their 2 go-to receivers. But early on, you see Walker getting a look.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a hurt for them. He's a good player. So ball will start on about the 12-yard line. Vince Sharp back, calling some plays. Man in motion to the right. He's going to go to that man in motion, overthrows him. He was intended there for Leslie Owasu, as you said, and just underthrew him.
Yeah, and there you see Vernon Sharp just making an errant throw. He has the lowest completion percentage of any quarterback in the league at 43%. He's going to need to be able to throw the ball accurately today if we'll have any chance of taking on this formidable Siege defense.
Sharp has 13 passes for touchdowns this year, 12 interceptions. So now you got 3rd down here. See what the Woo will do. This one on the 11-yard line again. Sharp, man in motion to the right. Looks across field. He's going to get tackled. Eaten up by a pack of Siege and pushed into the end zone. That's the Siege defense, even minus Serta. That was a good play.
Josh, that's what you call a party at the quarterback. 4 rushers all going at Sharp, and they all got home. Hansen was the first one there. Beating him was Isaiah Nixon, and then just a pile drive into the end zone.
So nice job there for those guys to get in there and do that without Serta. Guys got to pick up. And you talked about Hampton, the guy we know for offense. He's a guy that they have listed as a running back. He's stepping up tonight for Serta's spot. So far, so good. So now it is going to be a ball here for the Siege as they forego the 4th down.
Yeah, good showing from the Siege on the first possession. Last week, they were extremely good on the defensive end with 3 red zone stops, including 2 in a row after a fumble and interception by the offense. Gave the ball to the Goats in good territory, and they were able to hold off.
Take coach there for a moment there for the Woo. Back to throw. Airing it out, and way over his receiver. Fell down, Yates, and that's going to be a penalty flag. Too tight a defense there by the Woo. It was intended for Yates, but all over him like stink on you-know-what was Khalil Smith. You can't do that.
Yeah, they're going to be looking at that matchup all day long. Songy Yates was able to have that good connection with Caleb Lowe last week on a lot of deep balls, going for it right away in that one, and then Khalil Smith just got tangled up with Yates, and that'll be PI.
Yeah, when Yates go down, the banana peel hit the floor right away, so that's what they're going to do. Siege came off a very good win last week against St. Joe. The other team was undefeated, and somebody had to win. I love the social media video of Coach Bramante dancing in the locker room. He said he got to pick the song. That was the deal he worked with the guys. Here's that play again. It looked like it was way overthrown, but obviously tripped up and knocked down. That's pass interference if I've seen it. And so that's a given first down there by Iowa Woo. They have to contain themselves there.
You see David Brown lining up at the box. No Connor Board this week, so he's going to be responsible for a lot of the pass protection now as a tight end.
32 penalties this year, 265 yards surrendered by the Woo thus far in 4 games. Gray cuts up the middle to the 20, gets out to the 15, the 10. You know, you just love it when you see Gray out there running. I mean, that guy, Elijah Gray, can do so much. We saw him play defense, offense. There's nothing he can't do.
Yeah, just a big fella that runs angry. That's all he does. And there you see it already early on in the game. Physical matchup up front. Vince Brown got just enough of the defensive end to spring Elijah Gray, and then he did the rest with a spin move after that.
So we're waiting for a player to come in here. Is Reggie Patrick coming out talking to his coach.
Patrick was activated last week,
took
over the center duties, and now he's going to come out of the game, and it looks like Jaleel Holmes will come in to snap.
So Holmes is going to snap. So yeah, we had a little bit of troubles last week with Patrick snapping, as you said. So we'll see what Holmes can do here. Trying to get into the end zone. Low, dodges one defender, throws, and out of bounds. That's going to be into the seats. Nothing doing. Nice defense there by Iowa. At first you don't succeed. Try again. And that time they forced a bad throw.
Yeah, like the Siege, the linebackers are the strength of this Iowa Woo defense. That's Jay Wright. He's a guy that likes to fly around the field and hit hard. And there he got straight through the line of penetration. But nice job by Caleb Lowe to avoid the sack and live to fight another day.
2nd down and 10 here in the first quarter, just underway from the Big Iron Events Center in Grand Island, Nebraska. Beautiful day here in Nebraska today. Great night for football always in the Arena League. Man in motion, Songy Yates. He cuts up, Low looking that way, and it's going to be over to Gray and tackled at the wall and brought down at about the 7-yard line. So not a bad gain there.
Yeah, they just overloaded the right side and then ended up just hitting the quick hitch when Songy Yates wasn't open on the initial move, and then a physical tackle by Khalil Smith.
It is 3rd down, however. So ball on the 7-yard line right now for Nebraska. Trying to get in here are the Siege. Looks like a blitz coming on here for Iowa Woo. Nice job by the offensive line. Give plenty of time for Lowe. He overthrows it. Yates had no chance at that one and rushed it perhaps just a little too much there for Caleb Lowe.
Yeah, tough play there. He had Yates in the back of the end zone, but didn't want to throw an interception with a lurking linebacker underneath. That was nice defense there by Ty Anderson, just to be enough of a presence in Caleb Lowe's mind that he couldn't hook up with this 5'8 receiver.
I was going to say, Vince Brown probably would have pulled that down. Songy Yates, not so much. Vince Brown's got a little height. But yeah, Lowe did what he could do on that one. So going for it here on 4th down, 4th and 5. Stutter step. Let's see who they give this one to. Going to go the right side again and overthrows. And they're going to say no penalty. That was going to Vince Brown. And so a turnover on downs here for Nebraska.
So a nice job by the Iowa Woo just standing strong in the red zone and really tightening up on the back end. Caleb Lowe did not have a lot of open receivers in that red zone sequence, so they'll have to go back to the drawing board and maybe find some new route combinations they can use in the red zone on their next drive.
Iowa's a team that allows 51.5 points a game, and so far so good here for them on the defense, allowing nothing there for Nebraska Siege. So their second possession here, still no score. Man in motion swooping around from the back. That is Henderson. Rolling rights is Sharp, airing it out, and going to be picked off. No, wow. How did he come up with that when he reaches right over the top of his defender in for the touchdown? And that is Leslie Owusu. What a play.
Yeah, what a catch by Leslie Owusu. It was great coverage by Keyshawn Cunningham. I thought he maybe got away with a little bit of a push at the bottom there out earlier, but then Cunningham was in a great position for the interception, but Owusu just being a ball hawk and taking it right off of his head for the touchdown.
He had a pretty good grip of it, almost a grip of it too for Cunningham, and they just snapped it out of his hands. Said, "I'll take you, thank you very much." Wow, what a really good play there by Owusu. So now all of a sudden, quickly, Iowa's leading this game. I kind of talked to Coach about this too. Maybe you can't get complacent with a team that's 1-4. Back to throw is Sharp for the extra point. Runs into the back of the end zone, and it's going to be no good. As that ball's thrown out of bounds, and they wanted a flag, and there's going to be... Is there no flag? I see no flag. So that's going to be it. 6-0 there for Iowa Woo. Second possession, one play, and get it down the field. A really nice throw, and give that one a... They got about a 40-yard throw on that one. Touchdown to Owusu. So, no good on the extra point. You don't see a whole lot of extra points in this league. We've kind of seen that in the past. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So now the Siege need to get something going. They got down to, in the red zone, weren't able to capitalize at all against the team that's has the lowest record in the league.
Yeah, you've seen this from the Siege team in the past. Sometimes just struggle a little bit at the start of games, establishing a rhythm, and then pull away late in them. At home, especially, you've seen that as facing Memphis and Eau Claire. Both times they were tied through the first quarter, I believe, but then ended up pulling away and winning big in both of those games. So we'll see what adjustments the Siege make in this one.
Let me say it's a 30-yard touchdown. So now Siege back, and to get this one is Kevin Davis, and it's going to be thrown right at the wall. He catches it, smacks in the sign, gets out to the 5, and gets tackled about the 6 or 7 yard line. And so not much going there for the Siege. It was a really good throw, and so Siege will have some work to do here.
Yeah, good job by the Bullet there. That was Isaiah Kelly just flying down the field and making the play.
The Bullet, I like that. So working their way back out there. Now we're going to see, once again under center, Reggie Patrick. I think he was just kind of getting disciplined there on fourth down, or they had something else they were supposed to do, and they pulled him out. New center last week, still kind of figuring some things out.
Yeah, had a little bit of trouble with the exchanges last week. Had a fumble or two that almost cost them, but the Siege defense came up big in the red zone in those situations to cover.
2 men in motion. They hand off this time to Yates. It's a sweeper on the right side. Gets up to the 11-yard line, and they call that a gain of about 5.
And there you saw another low snap from Patrick there. Just throws off the rhythm of the play. Luckily, Yates able to come away with some yardage after that one.
But he is down. He got hit hard on that one. He may take a breather and set out one here. Songa Yates is a tough guy. You and I talked to him after the last home game, and he loves to be out there. If he's coming out of this one briefly, which he is, that's a hard hit. And we talked about this Wu team. They hit hard.
Yeah, so now they bring on Daquan Dudley, one of the 3 signings that they made in the past couple weeks. Bringing him on from the Omaha Beef, who just finished up their season in the National Arena League, getting eliminated in the semifinals. So him, along with quarterback Vincent Espinosa, joined the team this week, and we'll see what they can do on this possession.
Dudley is from Madera, California. Low, going to be second down here. Ball on about the 7-yard line. 5 to go. It's a fumble picked up by Lowe. Into the lane, jogs around to the 10, to the 15. Nice presence of mind there for Caleb Lowe to pick it up and get us some yardage. Boy, that play was muffed from the beginning. Yeah, once again, a low snap from Reggie Patrick, and they're going to have to get, although that one I think was on I think
Caleb
Lowe dropped it.
Yeah.
Caleb he tried to grab it one-handed instead of 2, so that was on the quarterback. But he got the yards up. Third down, not the way you want to get it. On the 15, long ways to go here, down 6-0. You got to maybe try to go into the air this time. Davis is going to be your man in motion. It's Kevin. Up the middle this time it is. Lowe himself takes it up. Quarterback keeper gets about 7 on the play. Should be good for the first down. Yeah, that's a great job on the read option there. Just seeing what the end man on the line of scrimmage is doing on that one, and then saw that he was flying up and nobody was accounting for the quarterback. Lowe, not a guy who runs a lot, so these option plays, something that a lot of teams kind of forget about, the fact that Lowe can run the ball, and there just pulls it and gets the first down for the team. As you said, not a guy that does that a whole lot. I really like the play. I like the blocking. Everything was well executed there by the Nebraska Siege on that one. And so now you got a first down here, trying to get close, and we have a flag. This is going to be the delay game here on the Siege. Caleb Lowe with the Wranglers of the IFL. You look at yards for him. Everything was throwing pretty much. He had 324 with them. This year, he's like you said, he's number one right now in pass percentage, but he will use his legs. Number one in the league of the 63%. Just 2 interceptions for him with 21 touchdowns passed. They could use number 22 here if you're Nebraska. Wu got to play the defense they played in the first possession. And they better hurry up and get another delay game. This will move back a couple yards. Man in motion. And they go to hand it off the middle and not up the. I don't think that was what they planned to do at all. But that play changed at the end.
Jaleel Holmes was in at center there, and then sound like a broken record, but another bad snap. So now Reggie Patrick comes back in the game. Lost his helmet on the last play, so had to come out.
Oh, okay.
So that's a fresh start on second down.
Continues to be an issue on the bad snaps. It's hard to get anything going if you have a bad snap. But it's second down, however, at 14 for the Siege. Dudley on the right side. Brown on the left. Still haven't seen Yates back in. This time he goes to Brown, and no good. Intended for Kevin Brown, and hit off of his right forearm and out of bounds. It'll be third down here for the Siege.
Yeah, Brown almost looked like he wasn't expecting the ball on that one. Low rolled out the other way and then threw it all the way across the field. Not necessarily the most advised throw, but that was just on Brown not being able to reel that one in.
Yeah, I think he thought Dudley was going to get it. So now you're going to have Gray and you're going to have Davis on that left side. No receivers on the right. Man in motion is Dudley. He cuts up the middle. Let's see if they go there. Low, scrambles, and picks off. Picked off there by the Woo. Taking it up to the 10, to the 5, dishes off to the back, and going to be stopped at the 1 yard line. Wow. What a play by the Woo.
Yeah, that's Jamie Vicente Colon on that one from Orlando, Florida. He played last year for the Woo. He had 18 tackles.
Gives it off to Smith, too. It's like, here, I'm going to be in trouble. You take it. And rolling around to the right side there is Jordan Smith, who gets to the 1 yard line.
So there you saw Lowe's 4th interception of the year. Threw 2 last week against the St. Joe Goats. Only had 1 in the first 3 games of the season, but we'll see how he can bounce back on the next possession here. And then if you're the Nebraska Siege here, just got to make it another stop with your back against the wall here like they've done all season long.
Yeah, you got to be Nebraska Siege defense we haven't seen yet. Back to throw. Sharp rolls right to the 10 into the end zone. That one's picked off. The Siege get it back. They take it and they give it away, and this time they take it. And there are the Siege, and a nice pick there. And that one is for
Marion Cole.
Cole, thank you.
4 interceptions on the year now after that one. Leads the team in the category. He's feast or fam, just like a lot of these DBs for the Siege, but that time making an excellent play, reading the quarterback's eyes and getting in front of that pass. So the Iowa Woo spoil an opportunity, and the Siege defense does what they do again with the red zone stop.
Sharp was trying to go for the Colbert, and we've talked about the interceptions for him. He came in this game throwing just 13 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Well, now he's tied at those 2 numbers. Actually, I take that back. He's got 14 now because he threw one. So 14 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, which doesn't help his percentage at all. But nonetheless, the Siege get the ball back. Down 12-0. And so now they will need to get something going here. Back to throw. Looks like this is going to be Jordan Smith from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Back and hits the scoreboard and bounces off. We saw that a couple times this year. They must be saying with the 12-0 that Iowa got in the end zone. I thought he was on the 1 yard line. They never signaled touchdowns, so I'm confused on the scoring.
They must have gone back and reviewed the play and said that they scored on the pick 6 maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. I thought maybe his foot got in, but maybe his hands reached over the line. Anyways, Siege got some work to do. And that's not something we've said a whole lot this year. They've usually been pretty good. 2 possessions have really not done anything at all tonight. Ball right at midfield. 25-yard line. Man in motion is Brown. They give it to Gray. Cuts up to the 20. Out to the 17. And he'll be stopped there. Boy, Elijah Gray had 1 guy to beat, and he couldn't get past him, but a nice run there for Gray.
Yeah, they've been very solid in the run game so far in this one with Elijah Gray. Coming into the game, Iowa Wu allowed just 2.5 yards of carry to Eau Claire last week. We're really stingy in the run game, but Nebraska Siege have had a lot of success so far on the ground.
So a lot of talking going on down there. 12-0 Siege down, and they haven't been down too much all year long. Gray stumbles around, gets maybe a yard past the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2 yards. And that one didn't quite work the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, that one blown off right from the start with Ty Anderson getting immediate penetration and then over before it started, although I think that Gray was able to stumble forward for the first down.
Oh, he did, yeah. He got up there. Somehow he put one hand down to balance himself, so nice job. That's how good a player he is. So you have Dudley on the left side and Davis on the left as well. See if he cuts up the middle. No Yates. Yates got hurt on one play. He goes to Davis in the end zone. Catches it, flips over the wall. Wow. He hit that ground hard. And he's up and he's down. Touchdown. Wow. How did he stand up after that?
Yeah, Kevin Davis put his body on the line on that one. No fear with the ball being slightly overthrown and then going over the wall to make the catch.
Watch this catch. He catches it. I mean, just complete whoop, 360 over. Gets up and says, "Look at me, Mom. Look what I got." Wow.
In the Arena League, you don't have to have any feet in. If you can even just touch the wall and secure the catch over the wall, the catch counts. And there you saw it, Kevin Davis bringing in his 7th touchdown reception of the year.
That one coming at the 4:20 mark here. And so now you'd like to get the extra point. Going to go for 2 here. The Siege from the 10-yard line. Low. Couple men moving around. Cuts it back up to Gray. They're going to look for Elijah. He's looking that way. He rolls. Knocked out of his hand, and that one picked up by the Woo as well, and Caleb Lowe is down. They hit his right hand, and he's actually holding his left arm. I think he landed. No, it is his right arm. They're helping him up. Defender got in there quickly. Here's that touchdown again. Look at that catch. Mid-air, and then he hits the wall and then flies over him. So he was anywhere near the ground, had to know where that wall was, and still smacked into it. That's how good a catch that was.
And Josh, the Woo touchdown, so the interception by Varian Cole was on the 2-point conversion, is what I'm realizing now.
Okay.
So the touchdown counted on the pick six,
yes.
And then the interception on the 2-point conversion gets us to where we are in the 6-12 game.
Yeah, I just never saw an official signal touchdown. That's why I was confused. And I didn't see them go to the replay either, Judge. I think one guy signaled touchdown and the other guy didn't.
So here they're going to just review if the ball was incomplete pass or fumble on the strip. And if it counts, then it'll be a return.
I think that's a strip.
Yeah, that'll count for that.
Yeah, that'll stay with the Woo. That's just a nice job of knocking the ball down and getting in there for the Woo. What does that Sullivan Jr. look like?
After review, ruling on field is offensive.
So Vincent Brown will throw off here. It's Brown back to throw to the Woo. 14-6. Woo playing some really solid defense. This one bounces at the 10. It's going to be out of bounds. I like the idea there to try to give him bad field position.
Yeah, Ryan Green almost was able to get down and recover that one, but bounced out of bounds before he could get there.
So, got some ways to go here for the Woo. You need to stop defense. We haven't seen the Siege defense as typical. It's a little different without Cert out there tonight. So let's just some guys to step up. Jula Holmes back in now.
Well, Josh, it's really just been one play for the Siege defense. They've been very solid, honestly, but just the one amazing catch by Leslie Owusu over Keyshawn Cunningham is the difference in this one, and then it's just the offense not getting any sort of rhythm established.
So Vernon Sharp back. He has a touchdown and an interception tonight, but he also has an 8-point lead. Woo with a man in motion, looking to go quick pass up the middle. Cuts back, has the 15 to the 20 to the 25, brought down about the 23-yard line. And that is a really nice play and a good catch there for Trey Henderson.
Yeah, that's just tentative coverage on the outside, Josh, by Keyshawn Cunningham, playing soft, and then instead of flying down the field to make the tackle, kind of dances with him a little bit and then misses the tackle because of that lack of aggression.
So it's going to be first down and 8. Another first down here for the Woo. That one picked up in the air and down, and nobody's going to do it. Somebody got a hand on that one. Nice job on the defense by the Siege to get a paw.
Yeah, that's Isaiah Nixon doing a nice job of getting after the quarterback and then realizing he wasn't going to get home, so getting handed the passing lane instead, forcing the incompletion.
So now, back here is the second down, for the Woo on about the 22 of the Siege. Rolling right, completes the pass, gets it out to about the 19, gain of 4 perhaps, 3 or 4 on that one. Maybe third down.
Siege have been sending 4 players in pressure a lot of this game, and Vernon Sharp's been doing a nice job of staying calm under that pressure, and the Lions did a nice job of giving him time so he could find his receivers under the pressure.
So, man in motion to the right. So let's see if they go that way. He does. And, I thought the ball was going to be stripped there just for a moment, but that was bringing that one down again. Leslie Owusu to one of his favorite receivers.
Yeah, nice job by Songy Yates. Occasionally plays defense, primarily a receiver for the Siege. Doing a nice job securing that tackle short of the sticks, and now a big opportunity here for the Woo to keep this drive going.
Good to see Yates back out there, too. He sat out after that one tackle. He got hurt. Taking himself to quarterback. Sharp cuts up to the 10, to the 5, and gets towards the end zone, spins around. What are they going to rule it this time? I want to make sure.
About the 4.
Okay, they are going to call him down at 4 for sure this time.
There's the legs of Vernon Sharp, as I mentioned in the opening. He ran for 54 yards last week on 8 carries, rushed in for a touchdown, including a clutch 4th down conversion, similar to this one at the end of the Eau Claire game last week to keep the game alive for the Woo. Ended up throwing a pass to Colbert to win the game after that.
Does have 61 rushing yards this season. Airs it out, and no good. Trying to find Henderson there in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and Sharp gave him every chance to bring that ball in, but just couldn't time his jump right to bring that one in the back of the end zone. He was open too.
So it was not news to the Iowa Woo that Serta was not playing until they saw him not suited up. I mean, he's down there on the field, on the sidelines, but he has his jersey and no pads. So they had to make some adjustments, and it's been a little bit different for them on offense tonight. A little more success. Quick pass, trying to go for the extra point, and trying to go for the touchdown. He can't get it. Stopped. At the 4-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Songy Yates there on the outside. That's kind of the opposite of what you saw earlier on this drive on the slant route where there's a missed tackle that time. Yates just flying downhill, no fear at 5'8", 160 pounds, and making that tackle on the outside with physicality to bring up the 3rd down.
So let's see if Sharp keeps it maybe again this time.
Can't run inside of the 5-yard line.
Oh, sorry. Ball around the side. He gets smeared, and the ball and the helmet comes. Is that a helmet? Yeah, somebody's helmet came off.
That'll be a very cool hawk to come out of the game. But there's Joseph Hansen giving the Woo a taste of their own medicine.
Willie Miles
flying over there
3rd
to finish the tackle.
No, take that back. That was Colbert in that run. Sorry, it's really hard to see their numbers up here. It is a light blue on a light gray jersey. And so they're going to forfeit their 4th down try. No, it's the end of the first quarter. Sorry, end of the first quarter. So it has been Iowa Woo 14-6 here in the first quarter on this one. As we'll take a break and come back. This is Arena League football from Grand Island, Nebraska.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite Towel player.
guy. Can you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Welcome back to the Big Iron Event Center, Grand Island, Nebraska. Josh Sam and Luke McCarg along with you. It's been all Iowa Woo in the first quarter, 14-6. They have the ball on the 4-yard line of the Siege, trying to increase that score here to begin the second quarter. Sharp's done a nice job of reading his defenders. Rolling himself, rolls to the right, shakes one defender, throws it back, and he's trying to quickly get it to a receiver. He was under pressure. That's just really good defense there by Nixon to get in there.
Yeah, great inside spin move to beat his man off the edge, and then Evan Simons motoring from the backside there to keep the pressure on Sharp, and then he had an open receiver, but ultimately couldn't make the throw under the pressure.
So they forfeit the 4th down, and it's going to be Siege football now. That's how big that play is. So Siege really need to kick off with a big drive here, come back and try to lessen that deficit just a little bit.
Yeah, so there's that Siege defense that we talked about last week. Had 3 crucial red zone stops inside of the 5-yard line. As now we see Vincent Espinosa taking the reins at quarterback after Lowe was down on the conversion opportunity.
Espinosa's done a nice job for the Beef this year. We'll talk about him here as he goes along. So they'll take the ball at about the 3-yard line. Give it off to Gray, cuts up the middle, and gets to about the 6, maybe gain a 3 on that one. So some numbers here with the Beef here for Vincent Espinosa. He just finished up playing for the Omaha Beef not too long ago. 777 passing yards for him and 20 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, Espinosa brings a little bit more of a mobile factor to this, I guess I would say. He can run the ball a little bit more than Caleb Lowe would. Maybe a little bit less accurate of a passer, but definitely a very capable quarterback and experienced in arena football.
Ball to 6-yard line. He rolls right this time. He's under pressure. Espinosa and can't get it to go, going to Gray. So brand new, thing to him. I know he's played indoor football before, but this is a different league, a different team. You don't know your guys very well. You've just met most of them, so it's a little bit of a, getting used to here for Espinosa.
Here, I think you're seeing the Siege receivers maybe having a little bit of a adjustment period to the physicality of these Woo DBs. It's a lot of press man and physical at the top of the routes, and they're just kind of having a hard time getting open.
Yeah, that's what I talked about at the beginning of the game. That's what Coach Bramante told me. Espinosa, quick little slant pass, gives that one out to Gray. He spins, gets out to about the 11, and loses his helmet, so now Gray's going to have to come out of play. Nice little job, and that's just what Elijah Gray does. I mean, he just makes things happen.
Yeah, not the biggest guy, but at 5'8", 215 pounds, he can run somebody over and then make plays like that where he just fights and fights and fights and always finds a way to get an extra yard at the end of the play.
It's going to be 4th down, so he will come out. Joseph Hampton will come in. Hampton will line up on that right side, and you have Kevin Davis on the left side. Davis does have the only touchdown in this game for Nebraska Siege. It's a low snap again. This time goes to Davis. He can't get anything going, and he is going to be like a pit bull in the pork chop. He is eaten up. Again, the low snap hurting the Siege here tonight.
Yeah, and
rolled on the ground.
An aggressive play call by the Siege, going for it on 4th and short in their own territory instead of surrendering there. Now they put the defense in a really tough position again, similar to last week where you had a fumble and an interception on back-to-back drives. The Siege defense were able to hold the Goats out of the end zone on both possessions, which was ultimately the difference in the game. And now you see that again, putting the defense just in a really tough position, and you can only ask them to do so much, Josh.
Yeah, I think Kyvon Smith was one of the guys from Kansas City, Missouri on that defense. So now the Woo got really good field position where they turned it over on downs. Gives this one off to his receiver and pushed over and out of bounds. And, there might be a fumble. Let's see what happens. This one intended there for Henderson. He carried a little bit. Let's see what it's called. And they say no fumble.
I think they're going to talk this one over, and we might go to replay on it.
Ball hits. Ooh, it was punched out. That could be a fumble. That was just a really heads-up play there to punch that one out. Nice job by Simons.
That's Severian Cole and Evan Simons coming in at the end of the play, and there now you see a challenge flag coming out for the Iowa Woo, and we'll go to replay.
So, interesting.
So Severian Cole made the initial contact on the receiver, and then the gang tackling came in with Evan Simons flying over to finish the play, and we'll have to see a replay of that to see if the ball was out or not.
So, other games in the league tonight going on. There's some interesting ones. The Arkansas-Memphis game kind of interests you.
Yeah, both teams at 3-1. Winner of that game will be at the top of the other side of the league, opposite of the Goats, the Woo, the Axemen, and the Siege.
Ozarks at Monroe tonight, and St. Joe at home versus Eau Claire.
Yeah, that's another interesting one, Ozarks and the Greenheads, because whoever loses that game is likely out of playoff contention. It's going to be really tough for them to get back into.
Yeah, with this very short season, I mean, if you're down with a record like that, you got to try to keep your head above water. So the ball is going to be a fumble recovered by Nebraska Siege. Wow, what a really good play there by Simons to knock that one loose. What a good heads-up play. You need something like that. Maybe this is the momentum switch they need.
So I said you can only ask so much out of that Siege defense, but there I guess you can. What a stop by the Nebraska Siege defense with their backs up against the wall again. It's no fault of their own, and they performed their best under that pressure. Best red zone defense in the league, and now we'll see if the Siege offense can get some sort of rhythm, and these receivers can make the adjustments and they can get their snaps up.
Espinoza hands off, and just barely getting out of the end zone on that one was Gray. So they've been utilizing Gray a lot on handoffs. Let's see if they're going to change it up here a little bit. Songa Yates not out there on that one. Yeah, Caleb Lowe not out there.
These linebackers just so good for the Siege, with Jamie Vincent Cologne and Jordan Smith both getting in there on that one. They've been getting all the pressure they've wanted to against these Siege tight ends.
Quick receiver to get out there, and picked off again. This time Espinoza throwing it and bringing it back. They're going to try to get tackled, and he is going to be in for the end zone. Wow, that is Khalil Smith. Came out of nowhere, picked that one off. Khalil, the defensive back from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, and that one just nothing going on for Espinoza there as he threw it straight to the Woo defender.
Another low snap.
Bad snap, but that one was just a terrible throw by Espinoza. Had Dudley open, but just airmailed him.
Yeah, Espinoza got it low, but that's no exception. You got to make that throw. And he had time to get it off, like you said, and he just didn't. So it has been a very interesting game here if you're a Nebraska Siege fan. Good crowd here tonight to cheer on Nebraska, but it's been a lot of Iowa thus far. As we mentioned, proximity to these two states, Iowa fans and Nebraska fans no matter the state usually don't get along too much. They don't send each other Christmas cards, to put it that way.
Yeah, Nebraska fans will tell you that the corn is shorter in Iowa. And there, I think you see Smith's knee go down there, so the big six will come back.
Yeah, not a touchdown. That's a good call by the ref.
But regardless, it will be Iowa Woo ball with Khalil Smith. They'll take over at the 21. Nice job by Smith in coverage. She's done a great job all day after that first PI. And as I mentioned earlier, these Woo defensive backs just so physical, and that's something that Siege haven't necessarily seen very much of this year. A lot of teams will be scared of the speed with this team because Yates and Davis can absolutely fly, but on the other side of that, they're both really small guys. They stand under 6 foot, and if you want to be physical with them, you have that opportunity, and they just haven't been able to get open against that kind of press coverage.
So yeah, they're going to say the ball his knee went down right there. So right call. Good props there to the referees. The ball will start officially about the 22-yard line. Airs it out and has a man. Henderson picks it up and brings it in. What a perfect throw and execution there. You go from Sharp to Henderson.
Yeah, there you see exploiting Ryan Green in coverage. She got activated last week. Did a really nice job in coverage against St. Joseph's Goats, but that time just got beat by Henderson. Easy touchdown for the Goats.
Yeah, Ryan Green from Kearney, Nebraska, just down the road if you're not familiar with it, but not much to do there for the hometown fans this time. And that penalty meant nothing to the Woo as they came right back and scored on the next play. So now going for the extra point from the 10 and in.
I think they're going to get Vernon Sharp for throwing past the line of scrimmage. Maybe. I think
he did move a little bit. You're right. He did move his feet.
10-yard line.
Yeah, because I was like, they're going for 2 from the 10, but I think he threw it from the 8.
Offense number 12. 10-man penalty, replacement block.
So holding.
Yeah. Try it again here. So they didn't even see the feet there. I think you're right, though. I think he was ahead of the line of scrimmage. It did look like that to me, too. So I thought, okay, well, from the 5-yard line, you go for 1. From the 10, you go for 2. And when he threw it, he's about the 8. Nonetheless, ball goes back to the 15-yard line. Coach Juji Berry shaking his head. He says, all right, well, we'll take a penalty on this one. That's fine. Yelling at his defense here. We got to stop. Props to the Cowboy hat, too. I like it. Coach Berry. Second home game in a row we've seen him with the Cowboy hat. So now you're going to go for 2. This one farther back from the 15. Sharp, plenty of time to get rid of it. Throws it up the middle. Gives that one up to a wide open Woo player. And that one this time is in. And that time it is Trayvon Colbert. You know it's either going to go Henderson or Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert, the go-to guy last week. Haven't seen him as much as this one. And there, it was really close play, close to the goal line. But ended up just reaching the ball in. Nice awareness of where he was. Ryan Green couldn't quite get him short of the line.
So it has been all Iowa in this one, and kind of surprising for a lot of Nebraska Siege fans. It's kind of quiet around here. The cowbell's not ringing as much as this Iowa team came ready to play today.
Yeah, completely unexpected. Going into this game, the Siege had the number 2 offense in the league. Okay, so they reviewed the extra point, and they are going to say he was short of the goal line. So the 2-point conversion does not count. It was a very close play there in the corner. Ryan Green does a nice job of getting over the wall right before he gets in. As we have a look at it.
Yep, he is pushed out of bounds. You're right, that's the right call. He was out before the ball was, so nice job on the redo. Good job, Campbell, worked it about the proof. Get that one.
It's bang there, but
we talked about it. It's this little arena thing. You see a lot of things that need to be reviewed. Throw, this one goes down to Davis. Going to bring it out to the 5. Not much room to go. Spins, gets out to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Really didn't have a whole lot of room to go. So again, a lot of work to do here for the Siege. Not getting much field position on the throw-offs.
And here, everything starts with a snap for the Siege here. It's been really bad all day, to put it blatantly. The snaps have just not been there, and that's really set the tone for the rest of the plays, but that doesn't really make an excuse for the rest of the game. The quarterback play has not been great, and the receivers haven't been able to get open against the press coverage, so they've got a lot of questions to answer now going into the second half of the second quarter if they want to get back in this one and keep their perfect record.
Siege trying to get something going, and they're going to have flags all over the play on this one. Somebody's offsides big time.
Yeah, just a hard count there from the Siege. You see it from them a lot where they use that vertical motion and then end it with just a stop at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of teams do that, but
I saw some
nice
moves
job by the Siege line, staying disciplined on that one and taking the offsides.
Yeah, and I believe it's going to be Chapman was the guy that moved. Stephon Chapman. Let's see what the white hat says here.
Offside.
They didn't give a number, but Chapman was the one I saw move first. So now the ball goes out to about the 12-yard line, so free yardage. Siege will take all they can get, down 20-6 here at the half. In the second half, or second quarter, I should say, before the half. 10 minutes to go, plenty. Espinoza back to throw, airs it out. Got 2 receivers, he's got to get a perfect throw, can't come up with it. And that one intended for Davis, and he gets up slowly as well.
And just not open there, Josh. And you kept 4 guys in for protection in this situation with Elijah Gray staying with protection, then both tight ends in there. And just a 2-man route combination. Both guys went deep, and they were really counting on them being able to beat their DBs, but nice job on the outside by Smith and the other Smith, Kyvon Smith and Khalil Smith.
Yeah, double coverage.
Outside.
Double coverage there for him. So, man in motion this time. This time get off to Davis. He gets out and catches it. They're going to say he's out of bounds right there at the 19.
Yeah, Elijah Gray really been the only positive
Gray,
this one for the offense, other than the Kevin Davis catch. He's done a really good job in the run game, fighting for extra yards against this physical Woo defense, and he's also already brought in 3 receptions for the Siege.
Well, Siege are a little banged up. He had no Serta to start this one. Yates got hurt. We haven't seen him out there.
You're also seeing the effect of Connor Bohr not being active in here
and Lowe
in
not
the protection.
Yeah, a different tight end out there. So Vince Brown acting as tight end, and Espinoza got some time, gets this one off quickly to Gray, goes out to the 24, push back to about the 22. Let's see where they spot this one. Maybe a gain of 2, depending on the spot.
Nothing wrong with a 4-yard gain on that one, 4 or 5 yards.
Let's see where they give him good spots, about 4 yards.
And Gray's already brought in 4 receptions. He's been the leading touch getter for the Siege in this one, as they're yet to find Songy Yates in this one, who is our impact player for the game.
Rolling right, Espinoza dishes it off to nobody. I'm not sure he was throwing that to. Another picked off interception here. And the Woo going to try to run this one back. Picking that one up quickly, grabbing it with one hand was Anderson. I don't know who was trying to shovel past that one too, but it went right to Ty Anderson.
Yeah, that was just pure panic by Espinosa, as you had a free rusher. Nobody touched Jordan Smith coming to the quarterback, and then he just absolutely panicked and flipped the ball to nobody. And
Ty Anderson came up with it.
For Anderson, and also a flag came in at the end of the play. He might have a face mask or something coming in at the end of it.
Ty Anderson from Greenville, Texas, for the Woo.
Coming into the game, the Siege had 3 interceptions all year. They've already thrown 3 in this game. Very uncharacteristic, getting crushed in the turnover battle.
And they're losing on defense, too. I mean, you got some different guys in there. As I said to Coach Bramante,
There's hands to the face, tackle on at the end.
as I said to Coach Bramante week when I saw him, I said, hopefully the guys don't get a little complacent. You know, he's been playing a team that's 1-4. It's been struggling on offense. Yeah, got some different guys in there, but there's been some blown coverages and stuff, and just some penalties that aren't normally Nebraska Siege penalties.
Yeah, to me, Josh, the defense has actually done a really good job in the situation they've been put into. 3 turnovers, not really much you can do. You can't ask them to be perfect. And they've done as much as they can given their situation.
And that one thrown in the crowd. Nice job to get into that one and just get their hands on him. That was Evan Simons getting all over the quarterback Sharp, making Sharp just throw the ball out.
Yeah, Simons has been all over the field in this one. He's played really well, and a flag came in at the end of the play. This could be unsportsmanlike just with how late it came in.
Yeah, I think you're right. A little kung fu fighting going on here at the Big Iron Event Center right now in Nebraska. See what this one's going to be. Intentional grounding, even though he threw it out of bounds. So instead of just tucking the ball, look at this. When he gets his hands on him, Simon gets hands on him, he takes the ball and just chucks it into the crowd.
Yeah, no receiver in the area for that one. And
I like that call.
Kind of a borderline call there, but Siege will take it for sure as it moves him back to the 16, as Siege have another opportunity to come up with a big stop inside of the 10-yard line. They already have 3 of them in this game, which is just incredible given the situation they've been put into, but they got to stay strong here and try to keep this to a 26 game.
Sharp has plenty of time to get rid of the ball. Does, airs it out and into the end zone for another touchdown. What a really nice play. Plenty of time to get rid of it. That is Owusu. Again, another touchdown for him, number 2 of the night.
Yeah, Leslie Owusu playing very well in this one. Just beats Varian Cole across the field. Started at the top of your screen. And then just a deep crosser to the opposite corner of the end zone. And that's just mano-a-mano, and Varian Cole losing the battle.
16-yard throw there. And Sharp, again, had plenty of time to get rid of it. So his offensive line is doing a really nice job for him. This time going for the 2. Rolls right. Gets rid of it, and going to be out of bounds, overthrown nonetheless. And so no 2 points there, but it's 26-6. Iowa leading this one. There's a little bit of words being exchanged down there.
Yeah, uncharted territory now for the Siege. They have not trailed by 3 scores all season long. and they have to start making offensive adjustments quick. And if there's any chance they can get Caleb Lowe back in this game, they need to make that happen because it's just not happening with Espinosa at quarterback right now.
Yeah, it's just a new team right now for Espinosa. I mean, he just joined the team this week and hasn't played a game with him yet, so he hasn't figured out, I guess, all the packages and the schemes and the guys where Caleb Lowe knows that. I'm looking for Lowe on the sideline, and I don't see him right now.
Yeah, Espinosa did a decent job of taking care of the ball with the B for most of the season, all regular season. Only threw 1 interception in 4 games, but then threw 3 in the playoffs in the National Arena League on the way to a semifinals exit for the Beef. And there's only so much you can do with Lowe down, but they're going to need to find a way to get some kind of offense going and find a way to get the ball to their playmakers in space.
Nebraska's second lowest on the league with 7 turnovers on the season, already 3 this game. Davis gets that one, cuts to the 10, to the 15. He's going to be pushed up there, stops maybe the 16-yard line. He kind of stopped, and they hit him from the back and actually gave him a yard on the tackle. So we'll see if they spot the 15 nonetheless, but not a little bad. He kind of hesitated for a second and then took off again. And this is going to be right at the 16-yard line.
Be tough to know what the health status is of Songa Yates also, as he has not been in the game much since he went down early.
Yeah, I think he came out for that 1 play, or 2 plays he played on defense. And
Jaquan Dudley has taken in a lot of the snaps. Another new player on this team, getting acquainted to the situation. Keon Mosey no longer with the Siege. David
left and goes out to Dudley, gets out his first reception there, and brings it down to about the, call that the 19-yard line. No, the 22-yard line.
Yeah, good pickup there.
Nice first down.
On the first play.
Second down, excuse me. It's a good play to get down to Dudley. If you're going to make a catch, that's what you got to do. And Siege, maybe just nickel and dime it. Don't go for the big plays. Just kind of get it down. Espinosa's still out there at quarterback. Sends his guys back. He's got time to get rid of it. Throws it out to Davis. He receives it at the 24. Gets out to about the 27. Shakes and bakes out to about the 28-yard line maybe. Or excuse me, the 23-yard line as he goes the other way.
Excellent protection there by the tight ends of the Siege. And it'll be interesting to see if the Siege can maybe get Brown involved a little bit more. Both David Brown and Vince Brown on opposite sides of the center have not touched the ball at tight end. Obviously, their protection duties come first, but if they can, it would be nice to see if Brown can maybe get a few touches.
Twins to the right side. Espinosa looking to throw, runs up the middle himself, and he is going to be sacked, but almost back to the line of scrimmage. I would call that no loss.
Yeah, there David Brown just got beat off of the edge. He's not typically in that tight end role. He played it quite a bit last week with Connor Bohr not being in there as much. He's on the sideline, not playing in this one, dealing with a little bit of injury, I think. But David Brown doing the best he can, adjusting to this new role with the
Jordan Smith with the tackle there for Iowa Woo. They lead 26-6 here. 5:20 left till halftime. Espinosa back to throw, rolls, going to keep it himself and stumbles and actually loses 2 yards as he tries to crawl ahead and doesn't work on that one. So again, a play that I don't think he quite read right.
Yeah, that's Ty Anderson just getting in there and making another tackle. He's played really well in this one, as has Jordan Smith and Vicente Colon and Wright. All of those linebackers have been all over the field making plays for the Woo. And then I can't give enough credit to these DBs for the Woo either, with how well they are playing these speedsters for the Siege, with playing with no fear of the speed and just playing their game.
Woo trying to pull off the upset of the week here, and there's going to be a flag on this one. This might be a delay game. It took Nebraska a little time to get rid of that one. Yeah, that's what it is. Espinosa again learning the playbook, kind of learning packages and stuff, and so want to make sure he had it right, and delay games are costing themselves. They're going the wrong way.
They really got to come away with at least another score before the half ends and get this back to a 2-possession game going into halftime.
Nebraska needs a big play here. Espinosa has a man on him. It airs it out and intended for Gray. He had, or somebody airs that one out for Dudley. And no catch, and 10 points for knocking the drink off, though.
And they're going to have to surrender this one in 4th and forever. And the Siege defense will have to get yet another stop, as they've been on the field all game long, it feels like. with the Siege not being able to get anything going offensively. And they're going to send the offense back out in 4th and 20.
Wow. Going for it on 4. They've gone for it a couple times tonight already on 4th down.
Josh, this feels like a panic move for me.
Let's see what happens here. Man in motion. Looks to air it out again, throws it up, and it's again picked off Espinoza. That one to the 6-yard line and going to be brought up to about the 14. Again, I don't like the throw either, and I agree. I wouldn't have gone for it there on 4th down.
Well, that's actually a mistake by Frankie Solomon there, picking off that pass. He should have batted it down. They would have gotten the ball at the opposite 15-yard line. But regardless, good play by the Woo defensive back.
Yeah, you're right. He went for the INT in the glorious moment. So nonetheless, we'll get the ball.
Effectively, this is actually worse than a surrender for the Woo because they get the ball shorter than the 15, but Frankie Solomon making a nice play on the ball. He had 2 interceptions last week. Does a nice job at the free safety position for the Woo when he's out there, and now the Siege will have to find a way to come up with another stop before they can get back into halftime and end this nightmarish half.
Yeah, they got a lot to discuss in that locker room. I know there's different guys out there, but this Woo team came out ready to play. So it's their ball again. Iowa's got it. Hands off. Nope, fakes it up the middle. Sharp, plenty of time to air it out. Airs it out. Hail Mary throw. His intended receiver can't get it to go. Almost pulling that one down. Wow, it was Leslie Owusu, but no soup for you. And nice coverage there for the Siege. That one was Ryan Green.
Yeah, Green got beat off the line again. Owusu had a step on him, but nice job not giving up on the play, getting a hand in there late to break up the pass.
Usually coach tells you want to keep yourself between the ball and the receiver, and he kind of sort of did that, but he did get a hand on there, on a receiver that's clearly taller than him. So if he outruns you, outshoots you at the beginning, that's what you want to do, get a hand in, knock it down. 2nd down. Sharp has had all kinds of time tonight. To me, that's the difference for him. His offensive line's an outstanding job. You give him on time, he's got a good arm. This could be timeout called. Delay game. Oh, it is time. Yep. Iowa can talk some things over. So, Luke, you're down, but you need, obviously, you don't have Serta. This would be a Serta moment. You need it. They really haven't penetrated that front line very much tonight, and Sharp's had a lot of time to get rid of the ball. So you got to try to find a way to get into that pocket and get to him.
Yeah, well, they've sent a lot of pressure all night, and Sharp's done a nice job of evading it. They haven't gotten home on the quarterback a lot. He's been under pressure, but ultimately it's just Green and Cole on the outside. It's been up and down for them. They've made some really nice plays on the outside. They've gotten beat a few times, but that's just going to happen when you're on the field for as much as the Siege defense has been on there and the kind of positions their offense has put them in. But Songy Yates in now at the top of your screen, a good sign for the Siege.
That's a good sign, yes, for him. His song has set out most of this game. 2:39 being reset on the game clock here. 26-6, not a score you would expect. Going up at halftime, we'll take a look at around the league and get some scores there. And so, back to throw here. And incomplete pass intended out there for the Woo, and that was for Trayvon Colbert.
Yeah, just had Isaiah Kelly on the crossing route. Tip drill, Ryan Green couldn't quite get under that one, but there you saw another free rusher, Isaiah Nixon, coming off the edge, but Vernon Sharp did a nice job of getting rid of the ball, but just a little too high for his receiver on the slant.
So, timeout call here by Nebraska Siege, just trying to discuss some things, and you saw Coach Bramante a moment ago with his hat backwards, putting on the rally cap, and some frustration on his face. This is not his typical Nebraska Siege team. Yes, there's different guys in there, but the Woos come out and battled, and tonight we know it's going to be a physical battle, and it's been it's been an offensive, interesting night tonight here for the Woo.
And I like the timeout there by the Siege to preserve some clock, because if they can get a stop here on 3rd and long, they get the ball back with a chance to score, bring it back to a 2-possession game going into half.
This is 3rd down. They've only been 33% this year, the Woo have, on 3rd down, and that one almost picked off, and that's another. That'll take his percentage down as well in that 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, I think there was a little miscommunication there with with Henderson.
Yeah.
On the route, as Sharp thought it was going to be more of a deeper concept. And then
Henderson wasn't even within 10 yards of that ball.
So now a surrender for the Iowa Woo. Nebraska will take over with 2:14. Plenty of time to score here, but they're going to have to figure out something. Ever since the Kevin Davis reception in the court of the end zone, there's been absolutely no rhythm.
Yeah, it's a lot different offense without Caleb Lowe out there, and we don't see him right now at all out there. So let's see what happens. So it is Espinoza again. Lowe was holding his hand after one play there in the first quarter, and we have not even seen him since.
Yeah, he's on the sideline now giving some encouragement to his teammates.
Oh, there he is. Yep, you're right.
Not sure what his status is, but it would be really nice if they could get him back out for the second half because there's been no rhythm with Espinoza at quarterback.
Espinoza, the new guy, trying to figure some things out. He's got not very much time. Gets rid of the ball. It's a quick little pass and can't come up with it. Trying to run that one was Davis. He tried to run before he had the ball and drops it. Incomplete pass.
Uncharacteristic by Kevin Davis. They're usually sure hands on the outside, but just couldn't quite corral that one with how short of a pass it was. It was a little bit of a weird play.
Going to be a 2-minute warning here, and it is 26-6. The Woo leading this one and playing a very good game here. Nebraska Siege not looking like Nebraska Siege and nearly going on this one. So we'll take a break and come back. 2-minute warning here in the first half. It's been Iowa leading this one 26-6. This is football on the Arena Football YouTube channel. Back from the 2-minute warning. Siege trailing 26-6 here to the Woo. Espinoza back out there at quarterback. Josh Salmon, Luke McCarg with you here on the Arena League football. Siege looking to get something going. Espinoza rolls left. Dishes it off quickly. Gives that one to Elijah Gray. Out to the 20, to the 25, to the 20, to the 17-yard line. And Elijah Gray making something out of nothing. That's what he does. That's a playmaker out there. That 5'8" guy is like a tornado coming through.
Yeah, yet another free rusher with Jay Wright coming in unblocked, but that time a nice job by Espinoza shoveling it forward, naturally finding a target, and Elijah Gray doing the rest, tumbling down to the 16-yard line.
Elijah Gray's been his go-to target throwing as well.
Yeah, he's got 5 receptions this game, more than double of anybody else.
Espinoza back to throw. This time gets it over to David Brown. We haven't said his name very much at all. Brown makes a reception and maybe a gain of 1, 2.
Yeah, so the first catch from either of these Siege tight ends in this one would be good for them to get them going, but you can only do so much if you have to stay in to block all the time, which they have because the Woo are sending so much pressure.
2nd and 5. You need to get in the end zone here before the half. Down to 1 minute left. Espinoza runs it up the lane himself. I like the idea. Cuts left out to the 10-yard line. Gets to the 7 and then surrenders outside about the 7-yard line. So nice play there by Espinoza. I like the call.
Yeah, there's an element you have with Espinosa that Lowe doesn't utilize as much. The quarterback run game between the hash marks is legal, and now a chance for a third down conversion.
Send Dudley to the right, wide receiver. Looking to throw, rolls back around. Espinosa's got time and dishes it off to Vince Brown, and no good. So he went went left, went right, and Vince Brown was open. He still couldn't do anything. Nice pressure again by the Woo.
Yeah, and we mentioned how Vince Brown hasn't gotten targeted in this game much because he's been blocking, but that time he had him, just a little bit of a low throw and a catchable ball for Vince Brown. Just couldn't haul it in.
So now you're sitting at fourth down. You got to go for it. 27 seconds left in the half. You're down by 20. Espinosa, see if we'll end up seeing Caleb Lowe at all in the second half. Gets this one inside, and that is Davis for the touchdown. He's got both of them tonight for the Nebraska Siege. Put up the 6.
Yeah, coming in huge there with his third catch of the game, his second touchdown in a clutch situation. You had to have that, Josh. You couldn't go into the break down 2 scores. There you find the completion to Kevin Davis in the end zone. Finally getting something going here. A little bit of momentum going into the second half if they can hold for the rest of the 23 seconds.
So now you're going to go for 2 here. Ball on the 10-yard line. Let's see, Espinosa, who do you go to? You got Davis there. You got Dudley in the backfield. You've also got Gray lining up. He's looking at Gray. He's trying to go that way, but nope, gets right to Dudley for the 2, and the 2-point conversion is good. That's what you needed. Get a little momentum going to the second half.
Yeah, miscommunication. I think you had zone coverage by the Woo there. Daquan Dudley came from the bottom of the screen up on the crossing route and then wide open in the back of the end zone as the defense just kind of collapsed with Khalil Smith coming down on the Gray and then Dudley up in the back of the end zone to take it to a 26-14 game.
So now if you're the Siege, you could really take it to the house, pick it off and run it back, get the ball back. You got 23 seconds. You need a big play here on special teams to try to get something going.
Well, they just got to hold the Woo here out of the end zone for the last 23 seconds. Going down, only down 12 at halftime really isn't that bad, given how poorly the Siege have played in this one so far. You'll take being down 12, and then if you're the Woo, get something going here and get this back to a 3-possession game. You're in a great spot to try to pull off the first real upset of this Arena League season.
Everybody's on the wrong side. Switching over sides here. So you saw Yates is back to throw this one off, and we haven't seen him thrown off tonight. It's been Vince Brown doing it.
Yeah, Yates usually is good at these throw-offs, generating awkward bounces. You've seen a couple safeties this year for the Siege on the throw-offs because of those by Yates. And it's been interesting to see his utilization here. He's played some on the defensive side of the ball, but he hasn't been in on offense for any of the second quarter, really. And they felt that significantly. Obviously, Caleb Lowe, the biggest injury that has been a problem, but Yates not being out there hurts them a lot on offense.
So that was Trayvon Colbert gets the ball. He's up to the 12, to the 15. He can be tackled about the 15-yard line right there for Colbert. You got to get him. He's a guy that can make some plays.
So now 16 seconds for the Woo. If you're Vernon Sharp, you want to try to make something happen, see if you can get the touchdown here in the last 16 seconds, but more than anything, you want to take care of the ball. A pick 6 is the only thing that really hurts you in this situation, trying to get it into the end zone. So
Colbert went to Henderson State University, played 10 games there, also played at University of Louisiana Lafayette, about 11 games.
Yeah, I believe the only Division I product on this Woo roster, Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns.
There we go. That's a fun one to say. Cowbells are ringing here at the Big Iron Event Center. Siege fans trying to make some noise. Sharp, quick pass, gives this one to Henderson. His favorite receiver gets out to 24 and surrenders there. So 10 seconds left on the clock. Taking it out of bounds. Getting it out to about midfield here. Look for Sharp to air it out. One big pass. Who's he going to go to? Is he going to go to Henderson? Timeout here going to be called by Iowa.
Yeah, Trey Henderson's done a really nice job stepping up in this one. Wasn't utilized much last week. He was a key receiver for him last season as they bring back 9 players from that roster last year. He had 288 yards for the Woo on 21 catches. That was second on the team.
You need to just hold here if you're the Siege. Anything you can. And Siege really haven't had that many penalties tonight. It's just plays that the Woo have executed. And nice rolling and scrambling tonight for Vernon Sharp. He takes his eggs scrambled, by the way.
Yeah, he's played really well against the pressure of the Siege. And these linebackers getting after the quarterback, but just no panic in Vernon Sharp's eyes. And that's the difference between him and Espinosa in this game.
Henderson and another receiver out wide. You got 3 guys going this time. Sprinting out there is Kelly, and they give it up to Henderson. He runs it up to about the 11 and then takes it out of bounds again. So play clock management here by Iowa Woo with 4 seconds, time for one more play. Red zone defense, you got to play here if you're the Siege right now.
Just need one more stop on this last play to get into the locker room and figure out the adjustments they'll make for the second half.
Yeah, there's going to be some talking and some listening, and you can guess who's going to do what in that Siege locker room. High snap this time. Let's see what he can do with it. Sharp running out of real estate. He's got to get rid of it quickly. Throws it. This is going to be up for grabs, and who comes down with it? They smashed the gate open. I don't know who's going down with anything on this one. 3 guys are very slow getting up.
Yeah, just a tango. I think it's a fight for the ball.
Yeah, I think they're okay. It's just, I want it. Everybody's fine. Well, that was just a mercy throw into a lot of traffic by Vernon Sharp. Not the best throw we've seen him do tonight. But let's see who came up with it. That one is going to be...
Yates initially had it, but I think the ball just hit the deck after that.
Yeah, he had it, couldn't hold on to it, and hit the ground, so incomplete pass. Yates almost picked that thing off, and so that's where we go to the halftime. 26-14, it's been Iowa Woo, and we'll take a break and come back. You're watching Arena Football on the Arena League.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite TAL player.
The neighbors just stopped by. Can you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Event Center here in Grand Island, Nebraska. It's been a very good game here if you're an Iowa Woo fan, and kind of a surprising game if you're a Nebraska Siege fan, although they did get a little momentum there at the end. 26-14 our score on this one. Josh Salmon, Luke McCarg along with you here. And Luke, what has been the difference here for Iowa in this one so far in the early going?
Yeah, it's been all their defense. The defensive backs have played phenomenally in this one. Last week they struggled a lot keeping up with Bo Butler Jr. and Joshua Murray, and that was very evident into why Eau Claire was able to stay in that game for so long. But this has been night and day difference. They've played physical, they've rerouted, and they've really kept the speed of the Siege at bay, and ultimately it's really been the two injuries with Songy Yates and Caleb Lowe not playing much in the first half of this one that have impacted the Siege a lot.
For me, Vernon Sharp has really been impressive. I mean, he has been under pressure. He's scrambled and rolled and scrambled, got some throws off, got it to his guys. You know, Henderson's done a nice job of getting open. A couple touchdowns for him out there. So it's just been a good job for him back in the pocket. A quarterback came in with the lowest completion rating in the league. Has really impressed me tonight so far back there.
Yeah, he's played really well, and honestly, the Siege defense has been all right. I wouldn't be too worried about that, as Ryan Green, Varian Cole, Keyshawn Cunningham, all those DBs, they've gotten beat a few times, but that's to be expected with how much they were on the field. I can't stress enough how hard it is for a defense to consistently make plays when you're always on the field. 3 turnovers the first half. Can't put the defense in that position.
We'll take a break, come back, look at some highlights. It's 28-14. Iowa leading this one here at halftime. This is Arena League football. Halftime at the Big Iron Event Center in Grand Island, Nebraska. It's Iowa Woo leading the Nebraska Siege 26-14. As we'll take a look at some of the scoring here. It's been a good scoring night here for the Woo, who came into this one on paper the underdog, but nobody told them that.
Yeah, they have been playing with their backs against the wall all game long. This is an elimination game for them. If they don't win this one, they're out of contention for playoffs, and they've played like their lives depend on it so far.
So here's going to be a touchdown for the Woo. This is Owusu, 1 of 2 on the day for him. Picks that one away and takes it in for 6. Oh, but he's not done. They get to him again. This one, the intercepted there by the Iowa Woo. That one picked off there by
Vicente Colon with the pick 6.
And so now Owusu has 1 touchdown at the end of. There's Caleb Lowe looking for a receiver, gets to Davis, says, hey, I'll take it, and look what I found, Mom. He comes up with it. Yep, I'm in. Touchdown. Takes the 360 in. 1 of 2 of the night for him, but not done here is Iowa. Owusu, going to give it to him here in a second. Fumble on the play, and Siege come up with it. They're going to say yes. So they get it back, and apparently Iowa has it. Gives this one out again to Henderson this time. He picks it off, blows coverage against Green, and gets it in for the 6. Scrambling. Espinoza just shovel passes it, picks it off there by the Woo. They're running this one over for them, and a nice pickoff by Ty Anderson. So Anderson smacks into the wall on that one. Looking to throw. Sharp's had a lot of good time tonight to throw the ball. Gets one out, and that's his favorite receiver, Owusu, for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Espinoza talking some things over. The new quarterback's having a hard time figuring some things out there. Like to see if he can get Caleb Lowe going. He did air it out here and picked off. Very uncharacteristic tonight of the turnovers for the Nebraska Siege.
Yeah, they came into the game with only 2 interceptions all season long. With Caleb Lowe at quarterback, 3 interceptions. They have 3 in this one. 2 of them belong to Espinosa, 1 to Lowe.
And
as we go to it,
Elijah Gray, and then Brown in for the Davis in for the touchdown. We'll take a break, come back. Second half action coming up. The Arena League. Welcome back to Big Iron Event Center. Grand Island, Nebraska. Josh Sam and Luke McCarg along with you. 26-14. It's been Iowa Woo here as just some really good nights here and some good plays on by the quarterback Sharp to get some things going.
Yeah, he's done a nice job on the offensive side of things, but as I mentioned, 4 interceptions this one and a turnover on 4th down as long as the opening possession. So they've been out there 6 times and only giving up 3 defensive touchdowns on that. It's a win for the Siege defense. They just got to get something going on offense.
Look at that passing yards, 134 yards there for the Woo, just 89 for the Siege. Turnovers 4 for Siege, 0 for the Woo. 3 passing touchdowns, 2 for the Siege. Rushing yards, only 15. It's not a team that rushes a whole lot for the Woo, but he's getting it done in the air. And defensive touchdowns, they do have 1 there for the Woo. So it's a little one-sided here at the halftime, but we saw some good momentum for the Nebraska Siege. They got the touchdown with a little time left. They stopped another score, and so you just got to take that momentum and, talk about it at halftime, turn around, come back. It'd be interesting to see if Caleb Lowe comes out. To me, that's the interesting part of the second half. Let's see who's going to be quarterback.
Yeah, Caleb Lowe, and then just as much Songi Yates also. He's played some on defense in this one. He made the throw off at the end of the game. If they can get him back out there on offense, that would be a huge factor in this one. He's their best receiver. He's their go-to guy. And then also, it would be nice if they could get their tight ends involved a little bit. Vince Brown has yet to bring in a catch. He is their 3rd leading receiver on the season. He's brought in 8 touchdowns all year long, and he produces when he has a chance. Obviously, blocking comes first. He's got to protect him, but maybe you get a few chips and releases. You saw that last week with the Goats, some effective plays with David Brown and Vincent Brown. See if they can get that going here.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with Davis. I mean, he's creating opportunities. For me, it's been Elijah Gray making the things happen. He's been your workhorse. He's the guy getting the yards. He's the guy getting the short passes. He's coming out the backfield, giving you things with his legs, but they're starting to defend him, so you've got to find some other guys to get to, especially if you're Espinosa. You're a brand new guy to this team. You're not familiar with these, packages completely. You're not familiar with what these players are capable with. There are some different guys out there, so we'll see what happens on offense, but a lot of that just comes back to who's going to be under center.
Yeah, Espinosa has been put in a really tough position in this one. Coming in his first week with the team, having to get thrust into the action, and learning all the plays and also dealing with the bad snaps. That's been a big factor in this one. Reggie Patrick has put a lot of snaps on the ground and put the quarterbacks in tough positions, messing up the offensive timing. But at the end of the day, there's no excuse for 3 interceptions. He has to be better in the second half.
So we'll come back and see what second half action will happen here. 28-14. It's been all Iowa here in the first half, but there's plenty of football coming back for Nebraska fans. Don't go anywhere. This is the Arena League football.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite TAL player.
The neighbors just stopped by. Can you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Big Iron Events Center, Josh Salmon, Luke McCart with you. Iowa Woo leading this one at the half, 26-14. Looking to see who's going to be coming out as quarterback. It'll be interesting, and the ball will be going to the Siege. So Yates back to receive on this one.
Good to see Yates back out there. We mentioned it in the halftime. They really need him in the second half. He's their best receiver. They haven't been able to utilize him because of the injury situation, but they really need some plays from him in the second half.
So going to throw this one off here for Iowa. This looks like it's going to be Jordan Smith. Ball's going to be up in the air. We've seen one hit the scoreboard tonight already. This one's a little lower than that. It is a good throw. Yates will receive it in the end zone. It's a high throw. Takes it to 5, to the 10, and actually about the 8-yard line. Scrambles out of bounds there. And so, again, not good field position. And that's something also we didn't really allude on is Iowa's done a nice job on special teams, not really giving up much field position, really making the Siege try to earn it.
Yeah, that's definitely been another factor. On the season, the Siege are averaging 55 points per game, which is second in the league. This first half, only 14 points, well below their average, and they've also given up 26 points already. They allow 30 on average, so definitely not following along with what they had planned, as their scoring differential has been plus 27 on the season. For the Woo, it's minus 20, so this game is not played to script at all. We'll see what the second half has for us.
Yeah, Espinoza out there under center, so that might be dictating what's going on with Caleb Lowe. And there it goes to Brown. You want it to Brown, and he can't hold on to it. Only the second time he's touched the ball tonight. Neither time could pull it in.
And Yates still not out there, so this, I'm not sure how much it has to do with an injury as far as Yates' usage. I'm not really sure why they don't have him out there on offense, but it'll be interesting to see what they have going for him in the second half, as they've utilized Dudley and Davis as their primary receivers.
Caleb Lowe's right elbow is wrapped right now. Espinoza rolls right, trying to get rid of it. Gets out to the 7, and pass. Is that going to be a complete pass? He was pushed in the wall. Dudley gets it and does a little dance. Ooh, and there's a late flag. That might be some unsportsmanlike.
Nice catch by Dudley. Physical finish to the play with Frankie Solomon slamming up against the wall. Solomon, one of the 9 players back from the Woo last year. As I said, had 2 interceptions last week, 1 this week.
David Brown doing a little dancer.
After the play, personal foul, number 18, Iowa. 15-yard penalty.
This one going against the Woo, and the penalty there on Jay Wright, unsportsmanlike. Right, goes from Glassboro, New Jersey. First time we've said his name tonight, and that's not the way you want your name mentioned for the first time tonight.
Jay Wright, the linebacker, not the Villanova head basketball coach.
Different guy, yeah.
But
So it's a big penalty. Gives the Siege some really good possessions, and I can take the lemons and make lemonade here. If Espinoza can get it in.
yeah, that's a big swing here, as big time opportunity for the Siege to cut this to a 1-score game on the first possession of the half.
And Kevin Davis out to the left. Man in motion is Dudley. They go to, this time up to the up man. That's Vince Brown. He gets up to the 3-yard line, and as you said, utilize that tight end a little bit more, and that's his first catch of the night. He's 1 for 3 on catches, but that's an important one.
Yeah, I mentioned at halftime, see if they can get Vince Brown a little bit more involved. And there you have just a nice little release to the flat for the first down, and now chance to punch it in, 2nd and 2.
So let's see what they're going to do here. You do have Gray in the backfield. I think maybe they'll try to hand off to him. Iowa looking like they're thinking the same thing. They do go to Gray. He tried to cut the middle and gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses a yard on that one. So they read the play just as good as I did.
Yeah, Gray with really good vision in the backfield, as they're going to give him maybe a yard, bring it a little bit closer. Quarterback cannot run inside of the 5-yard line, so it can be Espinosa with the ball here. Vince Brown is typically one of their red zone targets. He's 2nd on the team in touchdowns with 8. Their leading touchdown receiver of the year is not out there right now with Songi Yates, so Davis or Brown would be their 2 guys if history holds.
Dudley in motion. He wraps around to the middle. Let's see if they see him. He's to the left. They don't see him. Espinoza rolls the opposite way. As they're rushing in, he tries to take it himself, and he gets in, and it is going to be a penalty.
Yeah, quarterback can't run inside of the 5-yard line. I don't know if Espinosa didn't know that. Because the Arena League has slightly different rules than the National Arena League that Vincent Espinosa was playing in. So Brown running the ball there and
talking it over. Vicente Cologne, slow to get up. He's limping off for the Woo. Yeah, I was wondering where he's taking off. Like, you can't run it, man.
Yeah, I think that's maybe just not quite understanding the rules there coming into this week.
Growing pain, perhaps. So 3rd down it'll be anyways, but it is going to be a penalty nonetheless. And so Espinosa says, okay, my bad. I know now.
And that's a big penalty, backing him up 10 yards. And now 3rd and long. And you don't have to get it all back here. You can get it a little bit closer for your 4th down go.
Well, to me, he had Dudley open, and he didn't see him on his right side. When he starts scrambling to the left, I would have had to throw us across his body, but he was on this right side. He could have gotten Dudley. He didn't see him. This time, Dudley cuts across the middle to the left, and Espinosa drops the ball. Woo's going to come up with this one. Picking that one up there for Iowa is Jay Wright. So he got a penalty earlier. Woo takes it up, and they're going to run it. Let's see if this play is going to be into the end zone. There's going to be a flag.
There's going to be a flag on Kevin Davis.
Yeah, that was unsportsmanlike.
Late hit.
Yeah.
But I think they might have him down here on the replay.
Espinosa went to have it, and he went running with it, and he just dropped it. He has a glove on one hand and a bare hand on the other. So picking up there is Wright. See if he puts any kind of knee down. He has knees down there, and then he pushes the ball off.
The question actually is if that's a forward pass.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
If he throws it forward.
He tried to get over to Chapman. So
if the pass was a lateral, then I think it might have been a touchdown.
But yeah, it did look forward. You're right.
Tough angle, for sure.
Seems like a good review on this one. To me, it looked forward. I am not the white hat. Nonetheless, it's a turnover. We know that.
And we'll certainly have a
After the play, personal foul on the 7th round. Not only will be discussed on the floor. The previous play is under review.
So They are going to be given a review. They did have a penalty on sportsmanlike. So yeah, here's the forward pass, as you said, and no, it is a backward lateral.
Yeah.
So this will stand.
This will stand, I think.
We first saw it from a different angle. It looked the other way, but.
And there you see Espinosa's 4th turnover here. Lowe, at this point, if he was good to play, he'd probably be back in the game already. So it's going to be Espinosa's game going forward, most likely. But
well, and you've got to be glad you just picked up another quarterback. I mean, they had one quarterback coming into tonight and this week.
Otherwise, it'd be Sambi Yates at quarterback.
Right, and he's not playing either. So he did a nice job at quarterback when we saw him last week or 2 weeks ago, but he's not out there either. He is out there now on defense. Sharp rolls to the left, gets to the 17, airs it out. This could be anybody's ball. And there's going to be a flag. This one might go against the Siege.
Isaiah Nixon. Questioning. This might be some sort of roughing pass.
That's what I was thinking, actually. That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't see a whole lot of rough to pass here, but. Wow, this one goes against the offense. Okay.
So now 2 defensive touchdowns for the Iowa Woo. And if you're the Siege defense, you've got to be so frustrated. You've only allowed 3 touchdowns, and you've been on the field for almost the entire game because the offense hasn't done anything. And now you're back into the situation right back where you were, down 18 points, and the defense hasn't even stepped on the field.
Yeah, not a good start to the second half. We're hoping the Siege would figure some things out, but so far it's been a rough go in this game already for Nebraska here against Iowa.
Yeah, they need to find some answers quick. They needed to make halftime adjustments, and they did get a little bit of rhythm going with a couple completions to get it all the way down to the 4-yard line, but then the run line violation by Espinosa and the fumble by Espinosa killed the momentum and led to another Woo touchdown from the defensive side of the ball.
And that last penalty really hurt because that was just a clear fumble. I mean, it wasn't like an interception, a bad pass. He was rolling left. He went to change hands from left to right for Espinosa, and then he fumbled it, and they took it to the house. So, just that's the ones that keep you up in the middle of the night. Now, we were going to throw off here. Back to throw is going to be Jordan Smith.
Yeah, Josh, the Siege really need to find some better pressure release methods here, as Espinosa's been running for his life back there, which is to be expected with the style of play in the Arena League. You're going to have pressure on you on almost every play. That's just how it is. But they got to find better ways to deal with it, whether that's check and releases to the tight ends, the check downs to Elijah Gray, which have been very effective in this one. But Espinosa's just got to make better decisions with the ball, take care of it, as he is really killing this team right now.
Well, and you got, Hampton out there playing tight end, and Bohr not out there, so that's a little bit different position, maybe a guy.
Yeah, David Brown doing the best he can.
Or David Brown,
in the position he's been put into. He's not a natural tight end. He's used to playing receiver, but doing as good as he can. We thought maybe we'd see Elijah Gray a little bit at tight end. He played some against Eau Claire in that position. Talked to Coach Bramante before the game. Said that Gray could be in that situation.
But have not seen it. It's been primarily offensive force, and they're using him that way. So Woo will throw things off here. Siege need a good run. They need some good field position. They really haven't had any tonight on throw-offs. And meanwhile, Memphis is leading Arkansas right now 42-32. They're just starting the second half. The game in Arkansas.
Very important game. The Hound Dogs have won 3 games in a row after dropping the first game of the season to the Siege.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. They got a huge social media presence, too, with the graphics and stuff, as do the Siege. Woo fans tearing it up as well. This one back. Picking up there is Dudley. He's going to take it out himself to the 4. Stumbles around to the 7. Somebody getting a hand on him. Nice defense there by the Woo. And again, not good field position here by Nebraska at all.
Yeah, just got enough of Dudley on that return. If he had broken that tackle, he might have been off to the races, but couldn't quite find it.
So Siege will, again, have bad field position. And this one's spotted right about the 3, maybe 4-yard line. We'll call it the 4. Espinosa needs to figure it out, and figure it out quick. Caleb Lowe is out of this game.
And obviously Espinosa is the obvious fault here for the Siege, but a little bit of play calling too, as there just have been a lot of open receivers for him.
Espinoza quickly to Gray. He stumbles out to about the 10-yard line. So give that one about a 6-yard play. Quick pass on a slant route.
And you also got to give so much credit to this Woo team. The linebackers have been in the backfield all day making plays close to the line of scrimmage, and then they are able to do that because the defensive backs are playing with so much confidence that they can lock up those receivers.
Flag on the play on this one. Espinoza airs it out. This is...
I think that was a free play. It'll be offsides.
Yep. He got in there pretty quick. See top of your screen coming in. Yeah, he was in there pretty quickly. Another penalty here by Woo. Got them down for a couple already. So ball will go to the 15 now. Siege just need a big play. They really haven't had that breakout big play that stands out tonight. Browns had a good touchdown. Or Davis has had 2, but. And delay a game. Another penalty for the Siege here on this one.
Play clock was not down
Illegal huddle on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Illegal huddle, that's an interesting call.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. There are rules in the Arena League with huddles. They're actually not allowed to huddle. You have to run up tempo at the line of scrimmage in a no huddle situation. The quarterback can talk to the coach on the field, but everybody else needs to line up at the line of scrimmage. So first time we've seen that one, Josh.
Gray lines up as a receiver this time on the wide side. Dudley on the right side. Got Dudley, no, gives it out to Vince Brown. Out to the 15 and gain maybe the 16-yard line. Just gain of 6 on this little screen pass there to Vince Brown.
Yeah, there you have Brown's second catch of the game.
So got a second down here. Back, Espinoza to throw quickly. That one knocked down. Nice job by the Woo to get some defense. Getting a hand on that one. And that is going to be Vicente Colon.
Yeah, Kevin Davis open in the flats, but nice job by Colon. We talked about it with Isaiah Nixon earlier in the game, but when you know you're not going to get home in a pass rush, just getting your hands up in the pass lane, forcing the incompletion, and another 3rd and long for the Siege.
Vicente Colon says, do you smell me coming? See what I did there, Colon? Thanks. And a quick one in there. Espinoza gets, somebody got a hand on his elbow. That thing went all kinds of off long. And getting in there quickly was Jordan Smith, and no offside penalty called. He just went right through the line.
Yeah, just a free rusher off the edge. Nobody touched him. And then Espinoza
hit his throwing arm.
Do anything.
That thing was a dead duck into the crowd. A lot of free footballs here tonight. Given out to these Nebraska Siege fans.
And now Siege going to go for it again in this 4th down. I think it's a little early for this level of desperation. You are down 3 scores, but like I said, a little bit early to go for it on 4th and 9 for me.
They got to air out a really good pass. They got Davis on the near side. And that one knocked down again. Espinoza tries to get up and again swatted down. And again, it is Jaime Vicente Colon swatting it down for the Woo.
Yeah, Jordan Smith and Vicente Colon. David Brown was blocking both of them. He had one hand on Colon and one hand on Smith, and just an impossible situation for David Brown there, and they've got to find some kind of answer for this Woo pressure.
Yeah, so now really good pressure here for Iowa.
So now the first snaps for the Siege defense
fielding
of the game, other than that extra point, and they're taking over at the 16-yard line. These are the kind of situations that are not advantageous for a defense, but they will do the best they can for the situation they've been put in.
So Vernon Sharp has been pretty sharp. Looks to throw a quick pass and picked off. That's exactly what the Siege need. Picking this one, and Cole comes up to the 25 and it's going to be stopped right there. That bounced in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and Cole coming up with it. This is what the doctor ordered of Varian Cole from Nebraska Siege.
Yeah, and there's the Siege defense doing what they do, the best defense in the league, as Varian Cole throws the ball into the crowd. Nice souvenir.
That's coming up close to us.
Yeah, so Cole's 4th interception of the year, 2nd of the game, although the first one was on an extra point, so it won't go to the official stats, but he's done a really good job in coverage. He's been the guy that they've gone to. He's been on the best receiver for the other teams in most of the games. They've had faith in him through ups and downs, and he's been a very reliable player for the Siege.
No tarps going on here at the Big Iron Event Center.
And now Songy Yates back in the game at the bottom of the screen here.
Good to see. Good
really
to see.
Important for the Siege.
Near receiver. Dudley out, and they do go to him, and Dudley can't come up with it. Siege, Gates was open as well at the 20-yard line, but the play was intended for Dudley, and he should have caught that one. A couple defenders on him, just dropped the rock.
Yeah, and that kind of a curl route, you got to come back to the ball and secure it. That time he kind of drifted away from it, and that's why he wasn't able to come away with the catch.
So he comes in. Gray lines up on the left, on the far side. The near receiver is Yates once again. I say you got to go to Yates. Songa has not had his name said enough tonight if you're the Siege. Quick pressure there by the Woo. Espinoza gets out of it, throws a pass to Gray. It's a nice job for Espinoza to get out of it, and just couldn't quite complete the throw there to Gray. It was a little underthrown to his side.
And here you see, with all the pressure, the middle of the field is wide open. And you're wondering if maybe some of the coaches are seeing that when they are sending 4 players and the linebackers are coming after the quarterback. Wide open vacancy in the middle of the field. They got to get some kind of slant combination. Maybe get Yates involved there to find that area. 3rd down now.
Got some ways to go. Espinoza to throw. It's up in the air. Gets it out to Yates. Out to the 15. That should be good for a first down. Siege get the first down. A nice play. Just what they needed. Espinoza to Yates. And it's good to see Songa Yates back out there for the Nebraska Siege.
Yeah, Kevin Davis there on the catch. Fourth catch of the game.
Jeez.
He's got 2 touchdowns in this one. He's been a bright spot for the Siege offense. Him and Elijah Gray have really been the only 2 things that have really shown out well for this
That
offense.
7 looked like a 1 up here. So now back here to Espinoza. Yates is in motion. He cuts up the middle. They got on him coverage. They knock him down. Ball knocked down, and somebody getting a hand on it again. A good pressure defense once again. Applied there by the Woo. This one is Stephon Chapman.
And that time, no heavy pressure. I think they sent 2 or 3 there, but nobody open for the Siege. And Espinoza had to just float that thing over there.
Yeah, Yates fell down. He ran about 5 yards and tripped over a guy. Nothing illegal, but he just fell down. He couldn't get up quick enough to get the ball back, so he had to go other places.
Fun to see the kids doing the tarps off here in the Big Iron Event Center.
Low snap once again, and this one not even picked up or touched at all by Nebraska. And picked up there, wow, is number 44. That is Malik Allen. We haven't said his name at all tonight, but that's a big pickup for him. And again, that's a 6th muff snap tonight, something like that.
Yeah, there have been so many bad snaps, and that was a 2-hopper to Espinoza. He had to be a shortstop to field that one, and just couldn't come away with it.
Right between the wickets.
5th turnover of the game. 6th turnover, actually, I believe. Lowe had the 1 interception. We've had 3 interceptions from Espinoza, and now his 2nd fumble of the game, although that one wasn't on him. But just unacceptable for the Siege. You're never going to win a game with that many turnovers, and they've got a long ways to go to get back in this
Now
one.
you got to stop here. And Sharp with a quick pass up the middle and gets that one over.
And Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly with his reception this time and rolling it up and getting it up to the, about the 9? No, they call 4-yard line he actually got up to. So first down and a quick pass there. You got to stop here in red zone.
There you see the middle of the field open, also against the Siege. When you're sending pressure, that's usually going to be the area that you can find.
Sharp has room, takes it himself, runs up the middle, and nothing doing there on the complete pass. He ran just about to the line of scrimmage and got rid of it.
Had an open receiver in the back of the end zone against the zone coverage, but errant throw, not able to be hauled in by the receiver.
Coming into this game, Woo had just 29 first downs, which was 2nd to last in the league, but they've been converting on creating first downs. 2nd down on this one. Ball on the 4. 32-14. Woo have time to get rid of it, and now they're going to call a penalty on this one. Let's see what it's going to be.
It's in the area of holding. Isaiah Nixon was able to get home on Vernon Sharp there.
Yeah, I think this is going against Iowa. So let's see what it's going to be here. No formation. So this one goes back. The head coach there wants an explanation. Victor Mann says, what? Ball's going to go back 5 yards. This will be at the 9-yard line. So now you really need to play goal line defense here if you're the Siege. Sharp's getting all kinds of time to throw. Obviously, we said they don't even have a running back. He's done it with his legs and his arms tonight. Have to stop. Henderson in motion. Sharp rolling back to the 25. Throws it up in the air, and that's going to be out of bounds into anybody's game. And nice pressure again. That one applied by Isaiah Nixon.
Yeah, nice job by the Siege blitz getting home on Vernon Sharp there, forcing the incompletion again. And now a 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. They have 2 more chances to get this one in and put this game out of reach.
He pushed his defender off and just ran right back past him in second motion, and that would have been a huge loss of downs, but Sharp able to get rid of it. And so now, cowbells are sounding here on the 3rd down. Goal to go, ball on the 9-yard line. And in motion, Henderson. Was aired up, picked off there. The Siege get that one. And bringing it down there is Evan Simons for the interception. A big INT for Nebraska.
Yeah, what a play by Evan Simons as he'll throw the ball into the crowd. And the Siege defense come up huge again. They've only allowed 3 touchdowns in this one. 2 of the Woo touchdowns have come on the offensive side of the ball. And I keep saying it, but they have been on the field all day long. What they have done is truly impressive. They're showing why they're the best defense in the league. They're just being hung out to dry by the offense.
Simons got right past his defender Walker, and it was a very low throw by Sharp, and just picked it up and just takes it and says, hey, look at what I found. And so now need to take this and capitalize on it here. Get good field position for once tonight. Ball sitting at about the 23 of your own 23-yard line.
Josh, you can't go into the fourth quarter down 3 scores here.
Songa takes it himself back to the 23. Going to be stopped about the 22-yard line. Maybe lost a yard, but I like Songa lining up his quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it was just time that they pulled the plug on Espinoza. There's just no kind way to say it. He's played very poorly in this game. And Yates, not a traditional quarterback, so we will see what he can do. We talked to him after the game. He's never been a starting quarterback before, always been that emergency type, although he went 3 for 3 in the Eau Claire game when he came in.
Yeah, I was going to say, pass it 52 yards and a fumble snap.
This will be offsides, I would have to think. He was way over the line when they snapped it.
Going to talk it over. It looks like the white hat tonight with a couple different officials. He's done a nice job, but there's a couple new guys tonight. And no flag. That's going to be a turnover.
24 definitely came across the line early.
Look at that.
Oh, no, he actually timed that up perfectly.
Wow.
Another bad snap by Reggie Patrick, though.
So getting in there quickly was Jordan Smith, Hattiesburg, Mississippi guy. And it rains, it pours for Nebraska Siege.
And they're challenging this. I think they're going to
might as well
challenge and try to say he was offsides here. And it was close.
You
he
might
might
as
have
well.
been in the neutral zone.
2:47 left here in the 3rd quarter. You're down. Your score's almost doubled. So I like the call. You might as well try it. You need a little momentum. Boy, he had such a good play there right before that. Anyways, we're talking about Yates.
So they do confirm he was offsides on the blitz. So
Songa Yates
finally catch a break.
We talked about him with the quarterback last time he played. 52 yards, completed 2 touchdowns through no interceptions, 17 yards a throw he averaged. So he's got a good little arm on him. We've seen him with the throw-offs. And he says he's always kind of been a backup quarterback his whole life, without the official title.
Yeah, he's described his role as the emergency quarterback for most of his life. But he's got to try to make something happen. Not really a fair position to put him in here as he is not really a quarterback, but they really had no other choice. Espinosa was not making any plays out there, and they'll see what they can do. They have to score here before the 4th quarter. You can't go down into the 4th quarter down 3 scores. That's too tough a position for your offense to be put into.
So now you're on the 23-yard line of the Woo. You got to get in here. Haven't scored in this half. 1 touchdown all by the Woo. Yates as quarterback again. Drops back, throws it, airs it out. He's got Vince Brown wide open for the touchdown. There it is. You ask and you shall receive. 23 yards. Taking it in, Vince Brown for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Vincent Brown wide open, running the wheel route up the sidelines. Great throw by Songa Yates. Just floating it out, giving him room to get under that one. And that's probably the best pass we've seen all day from these Siege quarterbacks, and it came from Songa Yates.
I like it.
But that's huge. for the Siege now, down to a 2-score game.
I like the play call. He had time to get rid of it. Nice job on the line to give him time. And Vince Brown got wide open. He could have made a sandwich out there.
So Brown's third catch of the game, his first touchdown.
Going for 2. Yates says, get going. Gray in the backfield, runs up to line of scrimmage, and we're going to have an offsides.
Offsides.
The question is, who's this going to be on? I saw movement from both sides. Oh, this one is going against the Woo. So now
a free opportunity to go for 2 from the 5-yard line.
This could be big. You're getting a free 5 yards, a chance to get the 2. Let's see who they go with. Are they going to throw it to Davis? You go to Gray in the backfield? Yates can't take it now because it's on the 5.
If it's possible to get it to Vince Brown, that would be your first
Let him complete
option.
the play.
But obviously,
I say they go to Gray.
He has to block.
Dudley in motion. Yates drops it. He rolls right and going to throw it off and picked out of bounds. That was just a desperation throw to Dudley, not able to do anything. That was just a muff snap once again. But they do get the touchdown on that one. Trying to put a silver lining on the cloud. So it's just a 12-point game now. So a little bit of momentum here for the Siege as we have a 2-minute warning going into the break here.
Yeah, so third quarter.
I like
so now a 12-point game, an opportunity for the Siege to get back into it. As I mentioned, you can't really go into the fourth quarter down 3 scores. So the Siege defense, as good as they've been, they got to come up again with another stop here and see if they can keep this momentum going into the fourth quarter.
It was a much-needed touchdown nonetheless. Each team has scored 1 here in the third with just 2 minutes left. So now Songy Yates will be back to throw it off, and it's good for the Siege to see him back out there. He didn't play most of the first half at all. Very sparingly, especially with no Caleb Lowe out there. You have, no Connor Borth tonight. You've had no Serta out there. Some new guys been thrown in some roles. Siege fans making a lot of noise. They're acting as the 8th man. I talked to Coach Monte about that. He says he loves this crowd. He couldn't believe they have a charter bus to go on road games. Back receive this one for the Woo. Cutting it up to the 15 is going to be Trayvon Culbert. And push back a ways. Let's see where they spot this one at. Maybe forward progress. There's going to be a penalty now.
Both sides fired up about this one. Elijah Gray, Frankie Solomon on the Woo bench.
Sharp said something to
emotions definitely riding high right now.
Yeah, and Victor Mann's got to be careful, the head coach of the Woo, because he's been up in the referee's face for a couple times. So you see Colbert take this one up to the 10, gets to the 15. Gray pushing him back. And then there's a late hit on Gray there, so that's what he was complaining about. Let's see what this becomes of this one. Ooh, they are calling a foul on that one. So that's going against Stephon Chapman. He's got a couple personal fouls tonight. Chapman's got at least 2. So Woo have some work to do. Ball on the 5-yard line for Vernon Sharp. Sharp came in with the lowest completion percentage in the league, with Caleb Lowe being the highest, but Lowe not a factor in this game right now. Dodging one tackle, but not getting out of the second one. Pass quickly to Culbert, but the Siege defense all over it.
Yeah, Rian Green, really good initial play. And then Evan Simons, we've said his name a lot. He has played fantastic today. Just flying out there, motoring. He has one of the highest motors I've seen from this Siege defense, always running around and finishing up plays on all of the missed tackles. We'll see if he can make another play here on second down.
So now you've got a long ways to go here. 2nd and 10 for the Woo. Taking himself up the middle, Vernon Sharp rolls around to the 10, to the 15. He's going to be pushed out about the 16-yard line. And a good heads-up play there by Vernon Sharp.
Yeah, there you see his legs again. As we mentioned a couple times, they run all empty sets. They don't have a running back on this roster, so any run game they have is pretty much with Vernon Sharp.
He's rushed for 61 yards coming into this season. He's got a couple with his legs tonight. So now 3rd down here. 1 to go. You got to stop if you're the red and black. Changing the play at the defense. Ooh, I thought we were going to have a guy off sides there for a minute. This might be the offside. The receiver got way over the line of scrimmage too early.
Yeah, I think that was on the forward motion. Just a little bit mistimed, and they'll back him up 5.
Yeah, your wide receiver was taken off. That was Colbert. He was off to the races, and that's on our near side close to us.
Colbert really does not have very many catches in this one. He was their primary receiver last week. They've got a lot more to Henderson and Russo.
So the flag penalty is another one here against. They've led the league in penalties. They got him for at least 5 or 6 in this quarter. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Now you're backed up a little ways. Vernon Sharp has the ball, looks to throw, rolls, and tries to get rid of it quickly. That ball's thrown up, and somehow getting a hand on it is Colbert. Wow, that thing was just a prayer, just tossed up there, floating down, pennies from heaven, and catching that one was Colbert. How did he come up with that one?
Yeah, there you see some frustration from Jaleel Holmes as Hampton had immediate pressure on him, and then the defensive backs just had nobody in the area of Colbert. That had as much of an opportunity to be an interception for the Siege if they had a defender in the area, but just nobody home on coverage.
So that ends the third quarter with the Woo leading this one 32-20. We'll be back for fourth quarter action. Can Nebraska stage a comeback? We'll find out. This is the Arena League football. Welcome back to Big Iron Event Center. Josh, Sam, and Luke McCarg with you. Siege looking to apply some defense and try to get back in this thing. They got 15 minutes left to come back down by 12. Vernon Sharp's done a nice job under center tonight. Rolling left. Looks for a receiver. There's a flag going to be on the play. This one may... Ooh, a ball comes up and going to be a fumble on the play, but I don't think it's going to matter because there's a flag in the backfield. This could be holding. Sharp got rid of that one with some time. I think this is going to go against the Woo, excuse me. Henderson was plowed at the end of that play.
Yeah, that was a big-time hit. And we'll see,
there's holding down in the corner.
Holding on against Holmes.
Yep, I just saw holding there on the front line.
That was Evan Simons coming in from behind and forcing the fumble.
It's almost like you get a nickel every time we say his name tonight.
Yeah, he's played absolutely phenomenally in this one.
Yeah, it was holding.
So they'll back it up, and now this is probably a surrender situation.
So that's a really big penalty there by the Woo. And they have 7 penalties in the second half here so far. So now you've got to capitalize on this. Siege haven't been able to capitalize all that long on penalties. You got Vince Brown out there. Songa Yates is your man under quarterback right now.
Yeah, did a really good job on the first possession. Had one wide open receiver, and he was able to connect with him. And those plays can be tough sometimes. When you see a guy so wide open, sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, and then you can sail him. But the one thing that does hurt you with Yates at quarterback, other than the fact that he's not actually a quarterback, is that you don't have Matt receiver.
Yeah.
So
and he's not very tall.
So now you put in Yates at quarterback and you lose him as a receiver.
But you have Gray out there. You have Dudley. You have Davis. Dudley and Davis on the right side. Gray on the left side.
And they've used Vince Brown a lot more in the second half, which I really like to see because he is one of their best playmakers with the ball in his hands. We'll see if they can get it to him more in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's tight in here on the left side. Yates on the snap, gets it, rolls right, got pressure, rolls left, gets out of it. No, he's going to be sacked at the 2-yard line. That is big-time sack there. Coming in by the Woo.
Yeah, that's one that you just got to get rid of if you're Songa Yates.
Ty Anderson knocking it down.
Vince Brown released to go out for a route, which left the defender unblocked to come off the edge. Yates tried to scramble away from him, but that's one you just got to throw away.
Yeah, and that's, again, he's not a quarterback, so maybe that comes with a little experience back there, but that's a big loss of yards. Yates snaps it back in the end zone. Looking to get it, rolls right, got pressure again, gets it out, and just throws that one away this time. That's his 11-yard line. So, again, nice defensive red zone pressure here by Iowa.
So 3rd and a country mile here. If you can get it close enough to where you feel comfortable going for it, that would be the ultimate goal. You're probably not going to get it all back here, but if you can get it to a 4th and 5 type of situation, that would be beneficial.
You need to get something, get some yardage. Get out of that end zone. Sends his receiver out. Davis to the left. Yates got time to throw. Looking for Davis. Airs it out. This is going to be picked off. As soon as that one came up in the air, I thought, uh-oh, this is not going to be good, Shaggy. Rut-row.
Once again, that's the second one Frankie Solomon has picked off on 3rd down, but that's as effective as, that's better for the Siege, actually, than anything else they could have asked for, because now the Woo take over at the 5-yard line instead of the 15, given the fact that they would have surrendered on 4th down after that.
Yeah, again, maybe swatted it down, but I think that Yates thought that Davis was going to zag, and he just kept going straight. If he would have thrown it straight route, he took it in the end zone, but he thought he was going to cut, and he didn't.
Yeah, that's just a tough throw to make for a non-quarterback there, but effectively a punt for the Siege.
So not very good field position here for Iowa. They'll start on about their own 7-yard line. 13:24 left. Josh Salmon, Luke McCarg with you here. Grand Island, Nebraska. Appreciate you tuning in with us on your Saturday evening. A little push and shoving going on here at the line. What's going to happen here? Some words being exchanged.
Once again, Stephon Chapman in on the
I was
action.
going to say that. I was just going to say that. He's had a couple of personal fouls tonight for late hits and yapping his chapper.
It's something going on with the chains as well, as the sticks aren't in the right spot.
Need a guy to get down there to hold the first down marker. So
Tarps off crew has sat down up there.
They did. What about the corner guys?
Corner boys are still alive and well in the corner of the end zone there.
They need to make some noise here on defense. Vernon Sharp gets the ball. Airs it out. Has a receiver wide open. That's Henderson. Gets it out. Catches it about the 23. Gets it 25 to 20. Zigzags out to the 15 to the 14. Brings about the 12-yard line. A really good play there by Henderson. Takes it. Trey Henderson just zigging and zagging, spaghetti noodling through the Siege defense.
Yeah, he was just wide open on that quarter out. It was zone coverage from the Siege. Varian Cole was over the top, and then Joseph Hampton, that was probably in his area, but just nobody there to guard that corner out. And that's just a tough concept to defend as a defense when you only have 7 players and you're sending pressure.
Sharp back to throw, gets an 0 out. This goes out to the 9, to the 10, into the touchdown, 5-yard line. That is Colbert's. It's usually Colbert or Henderson. A little slant routes out to the, catches about 11 and takes it in himself, but he is down. Colbert got hit hard. He's back up again.
And now just the 4th touchdown that the Siege defense has allowed.
I mean, Colbert caught that on one side of the field and scored on the other side of the field. That's how fast he is.
That's not a good sequence from the Siege defense, though, on those 2 plays. Definitely not their best work on the night. And that's going to make this one really tough for the Siege to get back into. Down 3 scores, you pretty much have to be perfect on offense from here.
Yeah,
on
we
out.
saw Memphis leading earlier, 42-30 over Arkansas. You had a scoring update, too. We'll get to that in a second. So going to go for the 2 here. Sharp back to throw, airs it out in the air, and nobody's going to get to that one, so it doesn't matter. But 38-20 is where we're at right now.
Yeah, the Monroe Greenheads up 57-25 at the end of the 3rd quarter over the Ozarks Lunkers. So Greenheads likely to move up to 2-3 on the season, and the Lunkers will fall to 1-4. And then the Goats up big on Eau Claire as expected, 42-21. Although maybe a little tighter than we would have thought close to the end of the 4th quarter in that one, but a win is a win as the Goats are going to take care of business there in that one. The Axemen season is effectively over as they have no chance of the playoffs after this one.
Go through the motions, pretty much. But, you know, the Siege were hoping, obviously, pulling for Wisconsin in that one because then, you know, they would still, even if they lose this one, they'd still have a better record than St. Joseph. But they'll be tied if things don't turn around here.
But now Iowa Woo definitely in the driver's seat in this one, and they will pull off the first upset of the season, really, if you look at it by record-wise. But still some time left in this one, but as I mentioned, the offense pretty much has to be perfect from here on out if you're going to come away with a victory.
Dequan Dudley back to receive the pass, takes it himself to the 2 to the 5-yard line. 7 cuts in and out, about the 10, maybe the 12-yard line. So a little work to do, but not a bad return. And it's just been a, yeah, we haven't seen the Siege play like this. I thought last week's game was going to be the game of the year so far to that point for the Siege. But to me, this is the one. The Woo come into this one, you think, okay, they're 1-4. You know, you should walk away with this one. And it's not been that way at all.
Yeah, the Woo defense has been simply phenomenal in this one. The defensive backs have been physical and played with no fear against these dynamic receivers for the Siege. The linebackers have been in the backfield all night long, and the Siege have had no answers.
Songy Yates back to throw, rolls left. He's got a defender, rolls right, and gets out of it somehow. He's got to get rid of that ball. Ooh, there's going to be a play on this one, and this might be, was it a face mask? I'm not sure what happened on that one.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to go against the Woo, but
I saw his head yank back, so that was my thing.
Yates really has to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, one way or another, you got to ground it, get rid of this thing. He rolls right, got out of one of them, and let's get rid of the second one. No face mask on that one.
Yeah, that was
a personal foul.
That was Vicente Colon just bull rushing David Brown on the other side, but the Siege are gifted a first down with the face mask and live to see another day.
See, this is why I thought when I talked to Coach Ramonte, I was like, all right, well, 1-4 team is like, hey, you play this game like both teams are undefeated, and Iowa must have not thought that too. Work to do. Yates rolls left, essentially the third-string quarterback. Airs it out. He's got all kinds of room, and no one goes into the corner crew. Corner boys. They get a souvenir.
Vince Brown kind of gave up on that one. It's a deep throw into the corner, and not a good chance of him coming away with that one. But
I think one of those guys bought a ball and the other one caught one.
Yeah.
I don't think they both had. I don't remember 2 passes being over there.
I think you're right.
But they're going to have a different story. It's like a fishing story, you know?
Right.
So Yates back under center again. Got 2 receivers to the right side. Call that twins. Man in motion is Dudley, and this is going to be offsides. I think.
Yeah, that'll be Ty Anderson. Just.
Vince Brown says what?
See a lot of offsides today.
Yeah, a lot of guys trying to get the jump on things.
And that's going to happen when you have 2 teams that send so many blitzes and so much pressure. Going to get a little anxious at times.
This one's going to Vince Brown against Vince Brown. I think he was the first one to move.
Well, it knows delay of game.
Oh, it's delay game. I'm sorry.
So delay of game before the offside.
You have the offensive coordinator, Martino Theus, like, what? So ball to 16 now, and it's 4th down. There's going to be a 2nd down. 15 to go. Dudley, stutter steps. Yates has all kinds of time to throw. He's got Davis in for the touchdown. That's the route they're trying to do earlier. And Davis was his 3rd touchdown of the night. Kevin Davis celebrating out there.
Yeah, if the Siege go on to lose this game, you definitely can't blame it on Kevin Davis. He's played really well tonight. He's been their only consistently open receiver all day long. And Songa Yates, how about that throw from a non-quarterback? Completes the pass on the post to Kevin Davis, leads him perfectly into the end zone, and that's really nice by Songa Yates.
I give that 35 yards on a 50-yard field. It's a really nice toss and a good route. He zigged and zagged up the middle. That's what they're trying to do earlier. Ooh, this will be offsides on Wu. Now you're going to have a chance to go for 2 from the 5.
Yeah, once again here, currently down 12. If you convert this, which I'm not sure why they were going for 2, honestly, because in a 12-point game, all you need is the 1 point to win it if you score twice. But regardless, now they'll get a chance to go for 2 from the 5. So
Ty Anderson was one of the guys to jump off there. A lot of discussion for a play that seemed pretty obvious to me. I think they just want to make sure they get the right number because 2 guys jumped off. Good, this is going to be on.
2 fouls, the first time the penalties today on the play. That's on offense, offside defense, penalties offset.
Yep, nothing happening. So they still go from the 10-yard line. Offsetting penalties.
And Josh, I would probably go for 1 here because it's a 12-point game. Being down 10 isn't any better than being down.
Dudley was offsides. So they'll snap it, which has been an issue today. Yates receives the ball at the 15. Looking back to throw for the 2-point conversion. Rolls left, dishes it off to Vince Brown. He rolls around the right side, high steps in, into the end zone for the 2, into the corner crew, and they get another ball over there.
Yeah, Vince Brown there just lets the corner boys knock over the padding over there. But Vince Brown just has a knack for running after the catch and finding ways to go with that near the end zone. He finds a way to get in the end zone. He really has a nose for that, and no different there, getting the 2-point conversion. And now, Josh, never say die here. 10-point game. It's still very much a contest.
And Vince Brown started on one side of the field, as you said. He just finds a way to get in there. We've seen him backstep it in, to the end zone. This time he didn't, but he made it to the other side and just got his foot in there in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. A nice little shovel pass from Yates, too. He realized he didn't have many options, and the Tarps are back.
Yeah, that's enough to get the Tarps off crew back and rolling.
You got the Tarps off crew. You got the corner boys over there. Full force here at the Big Iron Event Center. Josh Sam and Luke McCart with you. Cheerleaders up or over on the stage. They're trying to get the crowd going. Now, do you feel a big momentum? There's time in this one. 9:41. Coach Matt Kayward to our left, also the general manager of the team.
Yeah,
if you get some kind of defensive play here, get the ball back on offense, this momentum could really switch.
Yeah, well, the defense has to be nails. They can't allow, if they allow another score, the game's probably over. But if the defense can get another stop and you can keep this momentum going that you have on offense right now, there's still a chance in this one for sure.
This is going to be an important down right here. You don't want to give them any field possession at all. Yates back to throw. Gets it out, picked up there, and going to be brought down about the 5-yard line. Ooh, there's a penalty flag on that one. The ball was received by Trayvon Colbert, and I think he was saying I'm out of bounds, and then maybe a late hit. I don't know.
It's good kick coverage there by the Siege, though.
It's technically be throw coverage.
Throw coverage, yeah, excuse me.
If we want to get technical.
Yeah.
See what this one's going to be. There's been a lot of hankies in the second half. A lot of laundry going on the field there. And head coach shaking his head, so this might go against Wu. Big man.
Yeah, they backed him up a little bit, I think. Oh, now they'll reset it.
Curious. Ooh, blocking the back, so we'll hurt ourselves
Tough
again.
situation. Now, if you could manage to get a safety here, it becomes a one-score game, Josh.
Yeah, blocking the back right there against. That one went against. Green was the one covering.
If you can get a safety here, it becomes a one-score game.
Big play. You got to get in there quickly. They get the ball out. That's not going to happen. But they sack it with the 3 and no gain on that one. And nice defense by the Siege.
Guess who it was? Evan Simons making the tackle on the outside.
Don't you know my name is Simons? And I like to do draw rings. Go back to the old Saturday Night Live skit there. Might be a little before your time.
Maybe a little bit.
It was Mike Myers. So now you need a good defensive stop as well. Again, safety would be huge if you're Nebraska fans. Corner boys making a lot of noise over there. Vernon Sharp gets out of it, throws it out there, but nobody in at all. Let's see if they call. No, he had a receiver within 10 yards, so I'm not going to call intentional grounding. But that's just really good Siege defense once again. He was rolling toward the opposite way of his body.
Yeah, Joseph Hampton played really well in the place of Jason Serta today. He was the one chasing after Vernon Sharp and then forced that incompletion. Maybe they got away with the pass interference at the top of the route, but overall, really good defense by the Siege. Now another chance to make a big stop here, probably force a surrender situation.
Siege fans have a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. And there's going to be a timeout called here by Iowa. So a 10-point game. We look at the scoring here in this half. He started off with Smith taking it in. And just been a close battle here as of late. Still 8 minutes left in this game, Luke. So Nebraska not out of this one at all. Let's look at some of the scoring here in the second half thus far in the Arena League. Yates back to throw, airs this one out, says hello, Davis. Third time in the end zone for Davis today.
Yeah, the best receiver on this Siege team, the second best. Yates to Davis.
Yates is throwing another touchdown, the little shovel pass this time to Vince Brown. He finds a way somehow, goes clear across the other side and tiptoes into the tulips. And we're back here with live action now.
How about the corner boys fired up over there?
They're having their way, making some noise. And we're going to have a delay game, perhaps. Or offside.
This is going to be a false start. So I think that's on Colbert, maybe crossed the line too soon. And now really backed up against a rock and a hard place here.
There's a lot of penalties in this second half for Iowa Woo. I didn't have this much laundry when I was a single guy. Now ball sitting on the 2-yard line. Siege fans making a lot of noise. They need a big-time stop, big-time play here of some kind to get this ball back under 8 minutes left, down by 10. Sharp gets a high snap. Quick ditch, just pass off. That's a really good pass out to the Woo. They get out to first down territory and more. A very well-executed quick pass there by the Woo.
Yeah, Rian Green's done a nice job in coverage tonight, but he's struggled a little bit tackling at times. Is just not able to get enough of a hold of him to keep him short. Oh, he did keep him short of the sticks.
Wow.
I take that all back.
A really good spot.
I take that all back.
Keon Smith gets it, and I think they said he got pushed out of bounds at like the 11.
And how about the confidence in the offense here, going forward in their own territory here. Biggest play of the game for either team so far.
Right here. This could make it or break it. Siege fans know it. And timeout called. Timeout called by Nebraska. All right, so Luke, you got 7 minutes left here. You're Coach Vermonte. What are you pulling the rabbit out of the hat here? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, the pressure has been good all day, but when you're sending pressure, you're also exposing the back end a little bit. Oh, although they surrendered.
Yeah, they surrendered. That's what it was.
That's on me.
I was going to say my offensive guys are going out there.
Yeah, no, that's on me.
That's okay. So I like Yates back out there. I still think that you're let's see how first I think you try to go to Davis.
Well, Kevin Davis has been great all day.
Right.
I
still like to use Vince Brown.
They have switched here and putting Joseph Hampton at running back, a little bit more of a dynamic guy than Elijah Gray.
Hampton just to the left of Yates. Trying to make something happen here. Ooh, that's a big offsides. Wow.
I think you also have a false start. This might offset
Yeah.
because Daquan Dudley was moving his feet at the top of the screen. He got away with one at the top.
You didn't see that one, did they? That was Leslie. No, that was guess who got offsides there for.
That was Vicente Colon.
It was Cologne, yeah. Cologne was in there about ready to shake hands with Yates. You got to. So we'll try to. Yep, it was Cologne. And he's like, okay, and just run back to his position. So low snap. Yates trying to get anything at all. Dodging some defenders and steps out of that one. Throws a pass quickly and not able to get rid of the ball. Well, I don't know, still don't know how he stepped out of that one. Incomplete pass, but got away from his defender. Whew.
Yeah, nice job, Yates, being able to get rid of that one and avoid the sack.
They had him around the shins, and he squeezed his way out of it, jumped up in the air, got out of it, made a throw, but it's an incomplete pass. So do it again. It's 2nd down and 5. You're running out of time here if you're Nebraska.
And Josh, what I'd like to see a little bit more of is maybe using that vertical motion on Kevin Davis instead of Daquan Dudley and give Davis a little bit more of a head start here.
Yates runs back up the lane, cuts around to the right side of the 15, 25 to the 21 to the 19-yard line. So first he started running out, but he didn't go past the line of scrimmage, and they're going to run back in the lane, and now we have a objection flag here against Iowa's throwing it out.
So I think they're going to try to make the case that he crossed the line of scrimmage and then went back.
Yeah, I don't think he did, though. I was watching that because that was my case, too. He got close.
It was close, but I think it'll stand. He wanted to run initially. He goes, oh, wait, not in the run lane. So he backed it up, put it in reverse, and then came back through the run line.
It was something off of Looney Tunes.
We'll see the review here with the Wu challenge if they had a case or not. Ooh, that's really close.
That's very close. Maybe he did. If he did, it was like by a toe or two.
Yeah, that's as close as
it's a good play to object to.
And the sticks were exactly at the 20-yard line, so you have a clear look at it. But here,
it's a really good replay by camera crew, and
his
toe is on the 20-yard line.
Now, so are the sticks at the far side in the picture? Are the sticks at the far side of the 20 or the near side?
Yeah, I don't know.
What they get. I don't
think he stepped over. I think he stepped on the line.
I think it'll stand still.
I don't think it's enough to overturn it. I agree. I think he was on the line, though, and it was closer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Nice job by the camera crew, by the way. So, it is upheld. We were right. But it's worth objecting. I totally get it for Coach Victor Mann. That was a very close play. That could be a huge play, too. Now you need to get in the end zone here if you're Siege. You got 5:44 left. You would also like to wear some time off the clock and then get in the end zone. But you'll just take 6 right here.
Matchup at the bottom of your screen. Kyvon Smith against Kevin Davis.
Yates rolling. He's got pressure. Tosses it out. Somehow coming up with it there and getting the ball is Joseph Hampton. It's just a little forward shovel pass. Hampton gets it out maybe a couple of yards. Gave him about 4 or 5.
Yates learning the tricks of the trade of being an Arena League quarterback here on the fly, knowing that you can just kind of shovel it to your tight end, to your blockers, and let them try to make a play on it.
Carry a lot of things.
He had Vince Brown on the arc release initially if he would have saw it, but he was a little bit more concerned about the pressure.
Davis in the backfield, Twins on the right side. You have Dudley and Hampton this time, and now 3 trips to the right side. And they might have a delay game if they don't get this thing snapped quickly. Yates back to throw. Looking for anybody. He's got Vince Brown. He says, hey, I'm open. I'm over here. Vince Brown spins, gets to the 10, and gets clobbered from behind up to the 9. He was plowed. But Vince Brown literally threw his hand up like, hey, over here. Look at me.
Yeah, that's a big hit from Ty Anderson, and I really like them using Vince Brown in the pass game as we've seen him run after the catch. We saw it on the 2-point conversion, but he can really make things happen with the ball in his hands. And that's going to be something to look for here as we get inside the 10 in a touchdown situation.
4:15 left, down by 10. Siege with a little bit of momentum trying to get in here. Yates running up the middle and nothing doing on that one. Nice defense by the Woo. A couple of guys got a hand on it, and he's actually going to lose some yardage.
He lost more than I thought he did.
I'd say he lost about 3, maybe. They stopped the clock here. The Woo player slow to get up.
It's Jay Ridas. I think we have a timeout, maybe.
I think they're discussing the clock because it was still running when the play was dead. Yeah, I think he's going to try to get the clock going a little bit more. So, anyways, Siege, what are you going to do here? Who do you get the ball to?
Yeah, Kevin Davis has been the guy all night long. That's going to be your first look. But if you're able to get Vince Brown loose and you don't need him as a blocker, I'd look to get him the ball because we mentioned earlier, he's got a nose for the end zone. He knows how to get that in if he can just get the ball in his hands.
For me, it's Hampton. I'm just going on a wild hair here. I'm thinking that they're thinking both those two guys as well. Hampton's your wild card. Dudley's the decoy. He runs out middle. Yates takes it himself up the middle, cuts around. We're both wrong, gets close to the end zone, and he is going to be no signal yet. I think he stopped shy, just about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, definitely a factor that Yates has that no other quarterback in this league has. He is an athlete. He is a receiver playing quarterback. He can run if he has the chance, and now puts his team in a really good 3rd and goal position from the 1 yard line.
Dude shifts right into 5th gear right away. And around, it is Hampton, and he's in for the touchdown. They did go to the right, so it took 2 plays, but then I was right. Mark it down. It doesn't happen often. And that one, getting it in, there's the man, Hampton. Just
Big time from the Siege.
Joseph Hampton coming out of Savannah State.
And don't count these Siege out, as now it closes down to a 4-point game as they'll go for 2 here and put it to a position where safety could tie the game.
Joseph Hampton at Savannah State played in 29 games, had 9 touchdowns during that time. Did have a 66-yard reception as well, and 20 receptions on that. Low snap, really, really low off the ground. Yates rolling, looking for somebody to get 2, throws it in. That one's picked off. Now you just got to tackle him and knocking him down as the center. Ball comes loose again. What a wacky play that was. And he's going to be out of bounds. Follow the bouncing ball here if you're Mitch Miller.
And nothing hurt there on the interception. Still a 1-score game, which is what you need. 4-point game. Touchdown still wins it. And now the defense, they've been absolutely phenomenal all day long. They got to keep doing what they've been doing. You're asking a lot out of these defenders, but here they need to make one more big stop and get the ball back in the hands of the offense.
So, 3 minutes, 3:10 left. You do need a big something here from defense. Just 4 points. Siege very much battle back. You know, you look at the start of this 3rd quarter and you're thinking, I don't know, especially at halftime when they came out, they really didn't score much. They got the touchdown, but then there's such a big margin. Woo have done so much, but to me, Woo's penalties have hurt themselves and really, really handed some things to Nebraska in this second half.
Yeah, putting Yates at quarterback has really steadied the ship. They've scored 3 touchdowns since making that move, and the Woo offense has had no answer other than the 1 touchdown drive.
Just the offside penalties, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, just these little mundane penalties for me, for Woo, has hurt themselves. And that one thrown, it's going to be out of bounds into the... Well, they're getting a lot of balls over there.
Yeah, they are.
Corner crew. Look at there. It's exciting to have a ball.
Yeah, really fun to watch them in the corner. They have a lot of fun out there.
So Woo with bad field position will start here at the 5. Gates do that one nowhere near the receiver, which was a smart play. 3 minutes left. 4-point game. Do not lead anywhere. Last check, we had Memphis leading 42-30 over Arkansas. And the Lunkers were losing as well to St. Joe. Those are all games we're watching. Everything counts this time for trying to get into the playoffs. If Siege can come back, they'd still be the only undefeated team in this league, even if St. Joseph wins.
You see tight coverage on the outside.
Green takes it himself up the middle, cuts around to the 10, up to the 15, and that's a really good play there by Vernon Sharp.
And we haven't seen Sharp run as much as maybe I thought he would, but he has a great feel for when there's pressure and he sees a lane, he just goes for it. And that's a great pickup for Sharp, putting him in a really good situation, 2nd and short, a lot of options.
Yep, he saw a really good spot. He's got such a good peripheral of the field and such a quick decision maker back there. And the timeout going to be called here by Nebraska. Actually, I wasn't taking timeouts. So 2:23 left on this one.
Yeah, time's starting to become a real factor here because if the Woo get a first down, that's a lot of ticks off the clock that they can do. So the Siege really, they can maybe afford to give up one first down, but they really need to tighten up here and keep them short of the line of scrimmage if they can. They reset the clock to 2:40, so a little bit more time.
So see what the Woo can do. Siege just need a really big stop. There will be no Week 6 games next week. So you look on to June 20, actually looks on to, July 10th will be the next one. And the Siege are on the road to Wisconsin again.
So happy 4th of July in advance for our Arena League fans.
St. Joe will be here on July 18th. That's a good one. Got to finish this one first. 2:40, it's Woo's ball. Quick pass gets this one out to Henderson and, it's not Henderson, excuse me, that was Colbert.
And there Kevin Davis was just
down.
lined up so far off of the receiver at the top of the screen. That was an easy pitch and catch, and in that situation, you can't be playing that off-man pressure. I mean, it's a risk that you have to take, playing a little bit of that tighter coverage, but that's just a receiver out there playing corner as Keyshawn Cunningham was hurt earlier in this game. He hasn't been out there, so it's been Yates and it's been Davis at corner for much of this game, with Varian Cole moving back to safety since Jahad McCall is also hurt.
Is that Cunningham out there talking to Davis?
Yes.
Just put his head around his arm around his head and say, hey, baby, you're better than this, man. Can't do that coverage.
So a lot of resilience from these DBs with two guys out. Receivers having to move over and play those positions. Last week they moved Evan Simons out to defensive back and used him out there, but he's played really well in the box today, so they don't really want to take him out of that situation.
Ryan Green family here from Kearney watching this one. He's on the near side here on defense. This is a big play. You've got to stop it here. You cannot let them score again with 2:33. And a delay of game. No, we have a penalty here. What's this one going to be? Legal huddle. Wow.
So we saw one
twice
earlier
in
on
the game.
there.
Wow.
Can't huddle in the Arena League.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
in the rule book.
That is a huddle, even though the coach is there. That's the right call. Yeah, what's the chance of that happening twice in the same night? Legal huddle.
Vince,
Interesting.
Victor Mann, not a fan of the call, but
Oh, that was the right call. That was a huddle. Victor Mann has been.
now the Siege really cannot afford to give up a first down now. They've got 2:33 left. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left. They do have the 2-minute warning to stop the clock still, but they really need to stop now.
Yeah, you got to do whatever you can to try to get that ball back. And Sharp has been very sharp tonight, reading this defense and adjusting accordingly. Holmes giving him chase, though. He's going to air it out, and that goes in the crowd nowhere. Holmes getting in there quickly in his grill and saying, no, you can't do anything. Nice play there by Holmes.
Yeah, great pressure there by the Siege defense. We haven't said Holmes.
Simons. Was it Simons?
It was Holmes getting after the quarterback.
That was right.
We haven't said his name as much today. He's the sack leader for this team going into the game. He's got 4 sacks on the season. Hasn't gotten in there as much today.
So no football next week, but then, 4th of July. We'll talk about the schedule a little bit later. Sharp taking himself back up the middle, and another good run for him out to the 20, to the 15. Ball stripped out of his hands at the 9, but that's going to be really good forward progression there. And again, another sharp play by Vernon Sharp, just to read the defense and take off quickly up the lane and get out of there.
Yeah, Ryan Green fell down on that play, and now we'll end up going to the 2-minute warning with minute 54 left, but that really opened up a lane for Vernon Sharp as he fumbled it out of bounds at the end of the play.
Siege fans, some of them are standing up, some of them are shaking their heads. Siege players look a little disgusted out there, hands on their hips. You got to keep your head in the game. But it's Vernon Sharp has been a nice job of running this ball down the field. He's just doing so good back there. We talked about his rating coming into this is the lowest in the league, but he threw all that out the window, and he sees the defense and he just takes off himself. He's making opportunities with his legs.
Yeah, he's played really well today. A couple key rushes, and I mentioned that last week in the Eau Claire game. They had a 4th and about 1 here, and he went and converted that for the team and then ultimately led to the touchdown at the end of the game, but doing it again with his legs.
2-minute warning here. It's 38-34 Woo with just under 2 minutes left. Let's see what happens. This is the Arena League football from Grand Island, Nebraska. We'll be back.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite Tal player.
The neighbors just stopped by. Can you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Welcome back, Big Iron Event Center. It is Josh Sam and Luke McCarg with you as Woo have continued to lead this one 38-34, but Siege not rolling over and playing dead. Need a big play. Take a look around the league here real quick. With just under 2 minutes left, Memphis is leading 61-56 on Arkansas. Arkansas really coming back and trying to hand it to Memphis on that one.
A little bit of confusion here. I don't know why they're... Oh my goodness. A run lane violation during the review.
Wow.
They go back and review the play and say that Vernon Sharp was outside of the run lane. And how about talk about a game changer? Wow. As we get
Here's
to
the play. Look
here.
at this. He's took off and when he crossed the line of scrimmage, he was not in the lane. That is the right call. He was out by about a step.
That was close.
I did not catch that initial either.
Close.
Nice job to the Stripes.
That's a tough break for the Iowa Woo.
This could be a huge play. Now you've really got to stop. If you could stop here with the Siege, you're doing well. Yes, it's Iowa's first down, but you've just taken some wind out of their sails.
Yeah, this is really important for the Woo, or excuse me, for the Siege defense. Now, if they give up a first down, the game's likely over. So they should move this back to 2nd and 18 now as they talk the chain gain.
Guys moving things over. I know Brad is one of the chain guys. He's the big guy over there. He's bigger than some of the football players. Brad's a big guy. He's a shot put coach and a high school shot put coach.
So now 2nd down, you need 2 big stops here for the Siege.
Vernon Sharp has other ideas. Big play. Man in motion. Man, that's going to be offsides. The receiver was way offsides. And a late push there, too, by Henderson. Henderson upset with himself. Surprised he didn't get a penalty on that one, but he was way offsides.
Yeah, they maybe could have got him there. Now way backed up. Now you've got 2nd in forever.
Yeah, Henderson crossed over into the neighbor's yard too early.
And now your mindset can shift as a DB. Earlier, you had to be tight. You couldn't allow him any cushion to pick up those short yardage. Now it's okay to give up 5-yard reception. So now the DBs are given a little bit more freedom to play a little bit more off man instead of having to be up in the grill of the receiver. We'll see what strategy they want to employ as to if they want to send pressure or not.
Yeah, you want to stop the big play, so you give up the little play like you said. Okay, we'll give you a couple yards. We just don't want you to throw it down our throat.
Still tight coverage, though, from these Siege DBs.
Corner boys making their noise over there. Vernon Sharp airs it out. And, ooh, wow, nowhere near the receiver. And that could be, I'd say that's intentional grounding. That was 20 yards away from anybody. And they're not calling it. But
yeah, not sure where he had there. He maybe had a chance at Henderson if he would have.
Well, Henderson came around from the opposite side in a dead sprint. Kelly came around from the right side, a dead sprint, covering down there. And he was way ahead of a very Cole. But that throw was nowhere near him. I mean, he was way past where this ball ended up.
Yeah, now this third down, all you got to do is keep him far enough away from the first down to keep him from going for it on fourth.
It's getting loud.
Big opportunity here for the Siege to get the ball back in the hands of the offense with a chance to win the game.
Getting loud here. Big Iron Event Center in Grand Island, Nebraska. And a timeout called.
Game.
Wow.
Play of game.
Another penalty for the Woo.
Penalties, just shooting themselves in the foot. The Iowa Woo.
This is going to be
now
on the
three in the same drive, and now you have third and 28.
It's about the 1.5 yard line. That's what the ball's at on this one.
Surprised to see. Okay, now a little more cushion.
Trying to get in quickly to the quarterback. Vernon Sharp gets the throw off and overthrows his receiver. Wow, he turns the ball over.
He had a chance there.
Well, it's third down, I'm sorry, but
Isaiah Kelly beating himself up there, as now that's going to cause fourth down, and that'll have to be a surrender for the Woo. But he had his receiver at the sticks.
Yeah.
Avarian Cole got beat, and Isaiah Cole right through his fingertips.
Sharp made a great throw.
Yeah, that's all on Isaiah Kelly, and that's going to haunt him tonight. As if the Siege can find a way to score here.
So now
that's going to loom really large for the Woo. That he had a chance at that catch.
Ooh, and
now we have flags coming in on Victor Mann too.
I knew something was going to be happening because he has been chatting a lot. We have two flags on the field here against Victor Mann, and again, that's not another penalty you want to have. The Woo have enough. There's another one. 3 flags now. He might be out of this game. That was the white hat through that one this time.
Yeah, now the Siege have been all out of sorts all game, and now the Woo trading places with they're completely falling apart right now with 3 penalties on the last drive, and now all kinds of flags coming in at the end of that play against the coach of the Woo.
Victor Mann is
going to get kicked
ejected.
out of the game.
3 flags. That guy is out of here. He's been flapping a lot. I'm surprised that the referees have really taken as much as he has. I mean, yes, every coach does something, but I mean, he has obsessively gotten into their faces and been saying things tonight. So this could be huge.
So first we'll see the pass again that went through the fingertips of Kelly.
It was a really good play by Sharp. He rolled left.
And now this is going to be excellent field position too.
To get the ball. Watch. Oh, here's the play. He rolls left, throws the opposite direction. It was a really sharp throw.
Perfect throw from
Not
Sharp.
able to come up with it. And Kelly just hits himself.
Yeah, every chance to make that play, and that could be the difference in this game, as now the Siege will start with incredible field position after the 2 penalties.
And I must say that Victor Mann was more than cordial to us before the game. We went down and talked to him.
Yeah.
There's the first
Before
flag.
the game, he was.
This is the line judge. Second one now there from the white hat. And he's trying to explain something, and then we got one more flag coming in here. They said, you're out of here. Victor Mann's hitting the showers. There's the third one.
Yeah, so the first 2 were for the same comment, and then another one coming in there. So I'm not sure how they'll assess this penalty, how many yards they'll get, but how about the Siege to even be in this game? They were down 3 scores for a hefty portion of this game against the Iowa Woo, and then they make the switch. Songy Yates comes in at quarterback, leads 3 touchdown drives to get them back into a 1-score game. And now they have a chance to win the game with 1:45 left.
It just felt like when Yates came over, and no offense to Espinoza, he's new to the team, new to the program, but it just felt like things started to click in a little bit more. You know, like that, when you play with Legos, you get that one Lego that's like the generic Lego, and it's just a little off. This was the Legos are snapping together and making the pieces, making the truck or whatever you're building.
Yeah, so Songy Yates was our featured player before the game, presumably as a receiver, because he had 105 yards receiving in that game. He does not have a catch in this game, but if they end up winning this game, he's probably going to be the player of the game for a completely different reason, because he came in at quarterback in the fourth quarter and leads 3 touchdown drives, but don't want to get ahead of themselves, though, because they still need to find a way to punch this one in.
That would say something, because Davis has 3 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, so
that's really how big Yates has been.
Yeah, Kevin Davis might also. I mean, you'd have a discussion. Evan Simons defensively, too, has been incredible, too. So a lot of players playing key factors in this,
but first you got to score.
This game. But now you got to find a way to score this with the ball moving all the way to the 10-yard line. As
it's a rowdy place here tonight, as if Nebraska and Iowa needed more reasons to be rowdy. You got all these penalties. The head coach gets kicked down. Bravante wants an explanation of where the ball is being spotted. It's on the 10. Dominic says, all right, we'll take it. Coach B runs back to the wall. So ball on the 10-yard line. Fantastic field position here for Nebraska Siege.
I've never seen anything like this, Josh.
Nope, that was
never.
We've seen a couple first tonight. 2 huddle penalties. A coach get 3 unsportsmanlike conducts in a matter of 10 seconds. We better. Now now the other coach wants something. Wu's assistant coach, who took over as head coach. Defensive coach, I guess, is over there.
Daquan Dudley in the backfield with Songy Yates. Haven't seen that yet today.
Vince
Brown
line up as a wide receiver.
Yeah, Holmes in at tight end in his place.
Brown to the line of scrimmage and then stops, and now they're going to say, offsides.
Yeah, that was Ty Anderson at the bottom of.
Yeah, he's not even playing it off. He knows it's him.
Yeah, he flinched.
And I like the celebration there.
There's been a ton of
Reggie Patrick
today now.
Reggie Patrick acting as a cheerleader.
So yeah, they have interesting set now with Dudley in the backfield and then Vince Brown lined up off the line of scrimmage. Songy Yates is going to be looking at him here. He's 6'6". He's got biggest catch radius on the team. If they can get the ball to him and just give him a chance to bring this one in.
I say he's the decoy. They're going to go to Davis. Yates trying to get rid of the ball. Gets out of it. Yates taking himself into the end zone for the touchdown. Songy Yates, are you kidding me?
This might come back.
Oh, did he go to the lane again?
It was right at the 5-yard line, so I don't think he was legal to run, because inside the 5 in arena football, you can't run the ball. And it was right, the sticks are right on the border there of whether or not he could or not.
Runs left. First he gets out of a tackle. That was the unbelievable part. Yeah, you're right. He was inside the 10-5. I think that's going to be. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's a hefty penalty. A run violation being 10 yards really backs the team up, but still first down with another chance here. So they've moved Holmes in to play tight end to free up Vince Brown as a receiver. And then you also have Kevin Davis lined up off the line of scrimmage for the vertical motion.
So now you got to go back from a little bit farther. 1:29 left. Yates rolls right. He's got to throw the ball this time. Gets it off. Somebody tipped off Wu's hand and out of bounds. It wasn't a very good throw. It was a low one intended for Davis.
He had Daquan Dudley open for a little while, but then the coverage was able to catch up while Yates was scrambling.
They rolling right there. And so you've got, here's what's interesting too, Luke, is David Brown is lining up as a wide receiver, lining up as a tight end on the right side.
Yeah, he's been there all game long in place of Connor Bohr.
He's done a nice job.
He's held up as well as he can in the situation he's been put into. He hasn't been perfect, but and now another flag coming on.
This is a flag from the replay booth.
Yeah.
They're whistling it off. They see it now.
Oh,
we have
potential targeting.
Wow, could be targeting. Interesting on that hit.
So that would be at the end of the play when Yates was going into the end zone. So they'll review this as the flag came in from the replay booth. So we'll get another look at it.
So, wow, as if this this game needed another layer. Here is the play on Yates, and they're going to say, "Oh, yeah, helmet to helmet." That I see why this is under review now.
We'll see I don't know if we have any other angles on it or not. But
A good arm from the replay judge out there, too. He threw that thing out to the 10-yard line.
Yeah. That's tough to tell from that angle whether it was helmet to helmet or not.
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah.
124 left in this one. It's 38-34. It's been a Woo lead the entire night. Nebraska has not led at all. And it's really been a good second half. And for the Woo, it's been a penalty-stricken game nonetheless, especially the second half. Here's that angle again. It hits him again. Watch this.
It's tough to tell if it's the hands or the helmet.
They're going to,
yeah. I don't
know if it's going to be enough there for targeting.
I don't think that's going to be enough for the flag to come out.
It's worth a look.
Especially with how involved the Stripes have been at the end of this game. I don't think they want to throw another flag. The whole reason they're all the way over here in enemy territory is because of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. So I don't think we'll get a flag on this one.
So Jay Wright perhaps will be disqualified on this play. Boy, this game didn't need another level of of drama. Yeah, so 18 can. So playing here, Jay Wright cannot play in this one. He got disqualified for this play. That's coming from the replay booth.
Now the Siege got to stay in game mode here, thinking about where they want to go with the ball here. Songy Yates can run because he's outside of the 5-yard line, so that's one factor. And then you have Brown and Davis, who have been their two go-to guys all game long.
Girls come out and play targeting. Personal foul, passing with targeting. Number 15.
Ooh, they did call it.
Man, that's a tough call for the Iowa Woo on that one. I don't know. From that angle, calling targeting,
It's tough. The play was behind most of the referees.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Iowa Woo
Right.
here, but they're still in this one.
Right is out
They
of this
still
play.
have a chance to hold the Siege out, but they've got to do it 4 times now with 1:24 left.
Ball at the 8-yard line here for Nebraska Siege, down by 4. 1:24. Trying to get this one in.
Holmes still lined up as the tight end to free up Brown.
I think they're going to talk about where the ball is spotted at now. Oh, yeah, they're telling 18 he can't be out there, right? They said, nope, he lined up like, okay.
Yeah.
And the ref said, no, you can't be out there. So he jogs off, gets an earful from the Siege fans, and we'll resume play here.
So Daquan, never mind.
So Davis lines up on the left side.
Brown and Davis are their two guys that they love to go to here. They can still run with Yates just outside of the 5-yard line.
It's a high snap. Yates shakes and bakes, tries to get rid of the ball, does toss it up. Who's it going to go to? Coming down with it. Is that Brown? Is he in?
He caught it. He caught it, Josh.
Vince Brown. What can Brown do for you?
Wow. Yates just floated that one up, and then all 6'6" of Vince Brown elevating, climbing the ladder to catch that ball right at the edge of the end zone as we get another look at it here.
Go, Gadget Arms.
What a job. And a flag came in too. Might be pass interference. That'll be declined.
Yeah. Vince Brown, again, just to continue. And this is what you talked about earlier. You called that play 5 minutes ago. Get it to Vince Brown in the end zone. The guy just makes plays.
He's got a huge catch radius. He knows how to go up and get those jump balls. And that's his second touchdown of the game. I've got him down for 5 catches.
Holding play against the Woo.
And the Siege get their first lead of the game with 1:16 left.
Wow. I hope you didn't leave. I know, now we got no tarps in the corner, boys.
Tarps off all around.
There's, wow. What a wacky game. If you tuned off about 5 minutes ago and came back, oh, it wasn't worth the snack.
Yeah, wow, what a sequence here. The Siege were down 3 scores at a point in this game, and then crawling all the way back. Songy Yates leads his 4th touchdown drive of the game, and now they'll go for 1 here for a chance to make it a 3-point game.
Tosses it inside and gets that one over to guess who? David Brown this time. It's the Brown touchdown extra point. We talked about those guys at the beginning of the game. We hadn't seen much action from either one of them in the first half. You got them now.
That was the biggest second half adjustment they made, was getting the tight ends more involved, and that's been a huge difference maker in this one. And the Siege coming all the way back from down 3 scores. What a game we have on our hands. What a treat to call this game, Josh.
And there's still 1:16 left, and we've seen what Vernon Sharp can do. Do not rule this guy out. He has been a wizard tonight in the backfield, but you really like where the momentum's at right now for Nebraska. You had the coach ejected. You've had a boatload of penalties in the second half here for Iowa. It's fair to say the momentum is in the red and black right now. But again, Vernon Sharp has been a wizard, and he's turned some things around. So we'll see what happens. You got a minute left. That would be, if you're Nebraska, I'd be a little more confident with 30 seconds left. But a minute is still a long time in football.
What an infectious atmosphere, too. I'm halfway tempted to rip my tarp off.
Wow.
And just start swinging it around.
I am not going to do that because we want people to stay here.
So
if you want to, that's fine.
So now Songi Yates to throw.
The short throw, this one received at the 5-yard line. Taken around is Colbert himself. Gets up to the 15, 17, push back to the 12. Let's see where they spot this one. Probably forward progress about the 15 or 16.
So the Woo have another chance at this one. They are on a pretty significant scoring drought right now, but Vernon Sharp has played well today. He's done a really good job with his legs. He did everything he could on the last drive to keep that drive going. Ball went right through the hands of Isaiah Kelly. And there's been a lot of good things that the Siege have done to get back into this game, but there's been a lot of mistakes by the Woo that are going to haunt them if they can't score on this drive.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We really haven't said Owusu's name the second half.
Yeah.
He had 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Well, the offense has been super stagnant. They've only got 1 touchdown in the second half.
They scored right away in the third quarter. Sharp gets it. It's a throw. It's received at the 25. To the 15, to the 10. Oh, no, into the end zone there. Trayvon Colbert gets it, and that really, really changes the momentum of this game.
And there's Trayvon Colbert. He had the game-winning touchdown last week with 3 seconds left against the Axemen. Sharp to Colbert, and now with a potential game-changing touchdown here as it gives the lead back to the Iowa Woo. He hasn't been super active today. Trayvon Colbert has been probably the 3rd biggest target share of the game behind Owusu and Henderson. But their go-to receiver comes through in the clutch, and now they'll go for 2 to try to make this a 5-point game.
And again on first down. I mean, how many times have they had touchdowns on first down tonight? That's at least 3. Flag on the play. This might be a holding call. We'll see what happens.
I think it's going to be a false start, probably. Now, if you are going to give up a touchdown for the Siege, that's the best way to do it. On the first play, you still have 1:01 left for the offense.
Yeah, if you have time. Obviously, you don't want to give up a touchdown first time they come back.
Right.
But I mean, you had such a big play. The momentum was really in your favor, and it kind of pops your balloon just a little bit.
Yeah.
It just takes a little air out of it.
If you're going to give up a touchdown there, it's best to do it on the first play. Now, obviously, it would have been better for them if they would have stopped. But now
Penalty
there will
against
still
Iowa.
be a minute left to play for the offense to try to make something happen.
The Romano Field at Big Iron Event Center, and that one's thrown way over his intended receiver there for Vernon Sharp. And so we'll go to second down.
So 1:01 left. Some time will come off with the throw-off here, which throw-off is another factor that hasn't impacted the game so far. Colbert took the opening throw-off back for a touchdown, but it got called back for a block in the back.
Diamonds won 68-61 over Memphis.
Comeback.
Yeah. Holy moly on that one. That's pretty crazy. Memphis has been rolling. They've been playing pretty well.
So the Siege send back DeQuan Dudley to return this kick. Kevin Davis has done it at times. He had a kick return for touchdown in the first game of the season. Since then, not a big factor in the return game. They've thrown a couple guys back there just to see what can happen, and we'll see if Dudley can make some kind of play.
3-point game, 1 minute left. Can the Siege pull out another rabbit out of the hat? Dudley back to receive this one. It's a good throw. Gets it in his own end zone. Takes it to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 20, the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Wow, Dacon Dudley doing it with the legs.
Just when you thought the game couldn't get any more interesting, back and forth, and now Daquan Dudley puts his stamp on this game. First big play he's made, and brings the return all the way back inside the 20-yard line to the 17, and now the Siege with under a minute left have a chance to win this game once again. They've had so many opportunities here.
Without Serta,
Yeah,
without Lowe. You know, they've done this in the second half.
without Connor Bohr, without Songi Yates for a big part of this game, without Jihad McCall.
Second half belongs to Yates to me right now. It hasn't been the cleanest. Davis has a touchdown. Brown has one. Let's see who he goes to this time. Yates does roll right. He stops, and he is in trouble. Ooh, that's going to be a late hit.
This might end up being a face mask or something to that sort.
Iowa Woo coach upset.
The officials have been a really major factor in this one.
Yeah, very stringent.
And if you're a Woo fan, you have to be pulling your hair out at the officiating in this one, just with how much the Woo have gotten flagged in the second half. Most of them have been right. Some of them have been closer to the border of maybe they should be flags, maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah, not going to be a whole lot of Christmas cards sent to these referees with the address of Iowa.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
15-yard penalty.
Just gift after gift.
Wow. It's a face mask there on the tackle. And this one against Cologne. Vicente Cologne. Oh, yeah, that's a face mask. Yanked down on it.
You'd think the Iowa Woo would be the Iowa Santa Clauses with how many gifts they've been giving away to the Siege.
It's, wow. It's been a lot of penalties in this half. I don't have a number for sure, but there has to be at least 14 in this half. So now see what Yates can do. Receiver gets in there quickly. Wide open in the end zone. It is Brown, and this time it is David Brown who is wide open. Under pressure, Yates has a guy in his face, says, I don't care, gets rid of it anyways.
Wow. I mean, what a treat to be able to call this game.
17 yards.
Back and forth. Just when you think one team doesn't want to win, they pull out something, and then it goes back on the head, and then now the Woo will have another chance to put an end to this game. There's still 42 seconds left. Far from over.
Just going for one here. Yates, low snap, drops it. It's time to get rid of it. Airs it out. Tries to go to his tallest receiver and can't bring it down. There is Vince Brown. So, still 3-point lead.
Yeah,
so you like going for one there?
I do. There's not.
It's conservative.
Being up 5 has no difference than being up 4, other than the other team being able to return it for more points if they pick it up.
So, 42 seconds. The drama continues. I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is really firing me up, and it's just going to be a matter of which defense can get a stop first. And the Siege defense has been, the Woo defense was so good in the first half, and then ever since Yates came in at quarterback, they've really struggled. The Siege defense has been really great all game, except for a couple drives.
First downs, they've struggled, and they gave up the first down touchdown a moment ago. So they have to be a little tighter on defense on that one.
Well, the Siege defense kept the team in the game in the first half.
Yeah.
The Siege have turned the ball over 7 times today, I believe, which is just an insane number. And for the defense to not give up on the offense is really a tribute to how much these players believe in each other. But now they got to make a stop.
Songi Yates to throw. It's a high throw picked up there by Colbert. Trayvon gets up to the 12, and he's going to be pushed back to about the 8, probably getting the 10-yard line. Anyways, nice defense there by the Siege. Bad field position.
And here, if you're the Siege defense, you got to play your game. You can't get conservative. You can't back off too much, because that's when they've gotten into trouble, because they give too much cushion, and then it's run after the catch for the Woo receivers. You got to play your game. You got to send pressure, and you got to trust your DBs to make plays on the back end of things.
It's called play smart football. So Trey Ivory, an acting head coach here, as Victor Mann was ejected from this game late in the fourth quarter. Well, yeah, in the fourth quarter, anyways. Tells his quarterback what he wants. Vernon Sharp has been a wizard out there today. See what he can do here for Iowa. He's played a really good game thus far. Sharp back to throw, has time. Simmons coming in there, airs it out. Ball is in the air to anybody, and it bounces in the end zone. Nothing doing, and no pass interference.
Yeah,
it was tight coverage.
Close. Rian Green did not get his head around. They could have maybe flagged him. He had a step initially, but that's a really tough throw for Vernon Sharp to make. Kind of surprised they didn't get Rian Green for the flag
Yeah, it was close.
with how anxious they've been to throw the flag at times. I'm kind of surprised they didn't get it there.
So, ball on the 10-yard line once again. Second down, 29 seconds. Siege lead 47-44. If you would have told me this an hour ago, I would have laughed at you. Timeout called. Ooh, we don't have a delay game. Is this delay a game? Oh, timeout call. Okay.
They called timeout to avoid the delay of game.
Yeah, I think it was the acting coach right now, Trey Ivory, called that one. And so you look at the Browns here. You had Vincent and you had David, and they've done the scoring here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's been really impressive. Ever since Songi Yates came into the game at quarterback, it's been a difference maker. And before he came in, 7 turnovers. The defense kept him in it. As we have a score update, the Lunkers made things a little bit closer against the Greenheads, but
that's a final.
63-45.
Yep.
The Goats hung on to beat the Eau Claire Axemen, so everything else is
Diamonds
held
came back.
more or less true, other than the Diamonds coming back. That was a good game to watch.
They also were trailing all game. High snap. Taking himself up the middle, the quarterback, and going to be pushed out of bounds at 15. Nice defense by the Siege to stop him. Not much of a run there. Maybe about 8 yards. 7.
Not a lot of hustle. I think we got another timeout here, by the way.
We're going to be using their timeouts. They got 21 seconds left on this one. What a tale of two halves. Looks like they have 2 timeouts left. Siege have all 4.
This should be their last timeout, maybe.
I don't know where it went. Anyways, 21 seconds. Yeah, it's been a tale of 2 halves.
Flag on the field. They're going to try to get another run lane violation.
I kind of wondered that too, because I think
it was close.
It was close. I thought of it when he took off, but I didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was close. So we'll get maybe another look at it, but
Trey, if this goes against him, Trey Ivory may be.
And obviously.
Wow.
The Siege are not going to complain at the end of the day about how they got back in this one, but if you're a Woo fan, you are
Boys, one really, too.
Really angry with the officiating in this one. It hasn't been bad. I mean, most of the calls were right. There's been some that were more questionable than others, but then the sheer volume of flags is interesting. As another stoppage here, as Trey Henderson showing some frustration there. Got 17 seconds left. I think they might look at the clock here and see if they need to reset the clock to put more time on.
They are not.
They do set it to 21 seconds.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Set it back to 21.
Yep. Good catch. Trey Ivory said the same thing, acting head coach right now. Victor Mann got 3 consecutive unsportsmanlike penalties in 10 seconds, and he was thrown out of this game as the head coach. So Ivory took over. 47-44, Siege lead. Second down here. Vernon Sharp has the ball, rushing in, and throws that one out. It's going to be picked off. This is going to be the game for Nebraska Siege. Picked off there by Avarian Cole.
And that's going to do it.
That was set up by the nice rush job in there by Isaiah Nixon, getting in the face of the quarterback.
Nixon, Hampton, they sent 4. So I mentioned earlier, you got to play your game. Sending pressure as Avarian Cole sends the game-winning interception into the stands, his second of the game, 5th of the season. As the Nebraska Siege have completed the comeback, other than one knee that they'll have to take to finish it off. But
wow, 47-44, Nebraska comes back on this one. I mean, it's just a tale of two halves for me. Iowa was really playing a good first half. Nebraska didn't do a whole lot on offense, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the Siege at one point were down 3 scores. The most they trailed by, I don't know for sure. It was around 20.
Yeah, it was 20-6 at one point in the beginning of the second quarter. It went 26-6, so they're down by 20 there. And then Siege came back at 14-26 right before the half.
Yeah, and late in the game, in the third quarter, they were still down. I think they went down 3 scores at one point there too, as Songi Yates will take a knee. I'm not sure what he's doing here, but now that will do it, and the Siege will hang on to win 47-44.
They tried to call a timeout. 8 seconds left.
It wasn't pretty.
I think he got it too. This has to be about the last one for the Woo.
This will be the last timeout for the Iowa.
But yeah, you had Nixon getting in there and just getting in the face quickly, and that just made a really bad throw, and something that Sharp has not done tonight. He's had really good throws all night long, and he threw it wide open to an open receiver there, picked up by Varian Cole.
And that's exactly what I was saying with playing your game. What do the Siege do on defense? They send pressure. That's what they do. It's their identity. And you can't get conservative at the end of the game. Obviously, you're going to change your coverage to keep from giving up the big play, but you got to play your game. They send pressure, forces the interception of Varian Cole, getting his 5th of the year, as Yates will now take a knee. And
that'll do it.
47-44, the
wow.
Siege somehow hang on to beat the Iowa Woo.
What a tale of second and 2 halves here, as it was not a whole lot of love between these two teams coming in. There's a whole lot less now.
Yeah. And Josh, I don't know if I've ever seen a team win after turning the ball over 7 times. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. And I've watched a lot of football in my 18 years of life.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. There was so many penalties in this second half that the Woo just hurt themselves and gave opportunities and gave opportunities and gave opportunities. And this time, unlike the first half, the Siege were able to capitalize on those opportunities.
And now some exchanges between
there's some words going on.
The coaches and players, as one of the Iowa injured players is getting into it with the coach.
Yeah, you've got some words being said there right by Kevon Smith, who's being restrained.
And you also have a lot of fans on the field, so the referees just cleared all the fans off the field so they can get everybody sent away to where they need to be.
There is some security on the field right now, too.
And this is important to remember, Josh, because these teams are going to play again.
Yeah.
And when they do, it's going to get chippy because of how this game was played.
Vermonte and head coach talking things over there, Victor Mann, and they're both telling their guys, hey, get back to your own sides. Yeah. And so now, I mean, just look at this, 47-44 score on this. When you come back, you have touchdowns from Vince Brown. After the Woo scored right away, Vince Brown came back, then Colbert had a touchdown. It was a back-and-forth battle, then back to the Woo again, this time to Davis for his 3rd, and then you had Hampton in for the touchdown. First time he had one tonight. Colbert came back, though, to take the lead once again for the Woo, and then into David Brown to put the icing on the cake on that one once you got the interception. So just a really, really good second half, and just 2 different halves here. Nebraska Siege win this one 47-44. Final thoughts for Luke.
Yeah, what a journey this game was. We started with Caleb Lowe in at quarterback, their starter all season long, and then he gets hurt, so they bring in Espinoza, who is a new signing from the Omaha Beef. Espinoza turns the ball over 6 times, and then Songi Yates comes in at quarterback, leads 5 touchdown drives to lead the Siege to a 47-44 victory, and they stay undefeated 5-0.
We appreciate you watching Arena League football. We'll remember a week off next week for all the teams, as it's a holiday for the 4th of July. Have a good spatial holiday, and we'll come back in a couple minutes and recap, and we'll go over some of the scoring and some highlights. So we'll take a quick break here. It is the Arena League football as Siege win this one 47-44. Being right back. Welcome back. What a wild, wild game as the Siege pulled this one out in the fourth quarter, 47-44. Josh Salmon, Luke McCarg with you on the post-game show here on the Arena League. And just what a weird feeling and a good feeling if you're a Nebraska Siege fan, but just it's kind of an odd fourth quarter. I mean, after such a good first half, I should say, for Iowa, Nebraska really came back and made things happen with touchdowns and did a really nice job here in the second half, Luke.
Yeah, these games are the ones that keep you coming back. Just an incredible one, and just two teams that didn't give up and kept fighting and playing complementary football. As the defense kept the Siege in it early when the offense couldn't get anything going, they were turning it over. The Siege held strong defensively, got stop after stop after stop, and then eventually the offense was able to pick up the slack, take the pressure off of the defense, and they come together to play one complimentary football, but really the Woo lost this game more than the Siege won it.
Yeah, 7 turnovers for the Siege and still win a game, as you said. That's very rare. Just 69 yards rushing for the Siege, but just 60 for the Woo, and that was all the quarterback. Defensive touchdowns, 2. That was in the first half for the Woo. But to me, it's the passing yards, 247 to 228. I mean, the Woo had a lot better numbers there. You look at everything, but when it came down to it, the Siege made the plays when they needed to and made the defensive plays when they needed to.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the best defense in the Arena League won this game for the Siege by making all those stops when the offense was turning it over. And then how about Songi Yates taking it over at the end of the game and leading all those touchdown drives? Kevin Davis played spectacular as well.
Yeah, Kevin Davis with 3 touchdowns. You saw Yates came in, kind of the backup quarterback. I mean, after Lowe got out in the first, there goes Lowe on the field right now. I'm sure he's going to give props to all of his guys. But, it's still kind of a figure-out thing there for Espinoza. But Yates did a nice job at quarterback, and it just kind of really switched the momentum around there for me. Davis, for me, I think is the player of the game. I mean, Vince Brown has some big catches, but Davis kept him in it. And the defense, too. Co-defense, defense and Davis, the co-players of the game.
Yeah.
You agree with that one?
I would agree.
Definitely. Colbert did some nice things. The mascot got a win on his first night.
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah.
We had this crowd was into it too. This crowd is that 8th man on the field, keeping it going, and you feel bad for Iowa because such a good first half. Victor Sharp had such a really good game, the quarterback, and he got out of so many situations tonight. He kept his team in it, and so you could easily give him a game ball, too, if they would have won this one.
Well, the defense was just phenomenal, too. The defensive backs played so well physically and just not allowing any room for the receivers of the Siege to work, and they sent pressure and really were fighting for their lives. If they didn't win this game, they were going to be out of the playoffs, and now they will be out of the playoffs. But you can see how much this game meant to them, and then just getting flagged so much at the end of the game, it's really going to hurt.
A lot of laundry in this one, and it hurt the Woo. They lost the coach on this one. They lost the game in the fourth quarter, and Nebraska just outscored Iowa on this one. And, boy, you come back, a couple Diamonds lost earlier one earlier in the comeback, and now the Siege win on this one. Josh Salmon, Luke McCarg signing off. Again, Nebraska wins this one 47-44. The Arena League football. You guys have a wonderful week. We'll catch you back in 2 weeks here on the Arena League football. Good night, everybody.